Okay. Welcome. Hey, everybody. How are you doing today? I had to start my computer over so that I could do the live and have it go smooth. You know what I'm saying? But today is part 2 of exposing Amberlynn Reid to LCU so they can finally understand, coming from her mouth, just how manipulative and disgusting she truly is. That's the reason that she gets all the hate, because she's nothing like she was when she first started. When she first started, she was cute. She was like 300 and some pounds. She was trying to lose weight. She had a soft spoken voice. She was really sweet sounding. But then all of a sudden came this attitude. And I think it came when the money started rolling in from YouTube. And she's been really greedy and nasty, acting like she's better than everybody. It's not okay. And then there's so many allegations out there for different things that she will not admit to, and it's sickening. And there's several different stories for everything. You can tell when she's lying because she gets really animated and she tells too much information. You can always tell a liar when you let them speak. Be quiet as an interviewer and let them roll that tongue, because they'll keep going and going and going and going, and stories will change and shit like that. That's how it goes. Okay. So today, like I said, is part 2. I have some interesting videos I found on. You might think some of these are petty, but when they're all combined and everything, and you realize just how manipulative this woman is, you will realize why people despise watching her and all that. And she's gotten a lot of subscribers because of detractor channels, as you call them. When in actual reality, we react to what Amberlynn says. She says, oh, we're getting these rumors, blah, blah, blah. How are we getting rumors when it's coming straight from your fucking mouth? I know cows have memory problems, but come on. Let's watch. We're going to start with the Amberlynn's Biggest Laws, Part 1. Now, that's the reason we call it laws, is because Amberlynn was sitting at the table one day and she said, "You're a law." So now we make fun of her about that. I guess. She always says words wrong. I think she does it on purpose, though, for attention. She does a lot of things for attention. And if you know, you know. Amberlynn
like when you're
has had a really, really hard past as a child. She was in foster care. She witnessed her mother beating her father, which is never okay. I do have, sympathy and empathy for that, because I went through that as a child. But the difference is that she like thriving for attention. That's all she wants is attention. So she says and does things and has different stories for different things to appease her audience, is what she says. But that's not okay. What we want is authenticity. We want transparency. We don't want to hear bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And, once you start doing that, yeah, you become a lol cow. Are you proud of being a lol cow? The rest of those people on there, I do adore a lot of them on there, like Billy the Fridge. I do love Zay. Roxy's cool. Oh, yeah, all the people that try to say something to you, but none of the motherfuckers on that goddamn channel will let any of them speak. And it's disgusting. Why are we coddling this fat bitch? I can't stand her. And I'm sorry I said that, but I have these feelings for a reason. And then she's always picking my name out of the lineup of comments when like twice now she tells me to shut the fuck up. Bitch, you're with a goddamn feeder who's feeding you to death. Don't come at me like that. You look well over 600 pounds. You did something to that scale, because looking at you, you look way bigger than you did at 572.4, if that was really even your weight then.
Cry. Like, I low-key, tried to fake cry.
She fake cries all the time.
Today has been kind of a hard morning at the beginning because I noticed she'll like jump on me. She likes to
Hi,
jump on the
Lindsay.
couch and jump onto our bed and stuff like that. And I realized she was doing those things.
Okay.
And what me my bed is on the floor. Don't jump on that up it
That's not good.
Right.
That's not good at all.
like super slow. She was in so much pain that she was shaking.
And what did you
Oh
do?
my God. That
Amberlynn, what did you do while your dog was suffering? You went out to eat. Isn't that nice? And then Michael B. Petty looked it up and there was a 24-hour emergency vet available to you. But you decided, no, I'm going to leave my dog in pain and I'm going to go out to eat. Real class act.
poor doggy.
I don't really have like any 24-hour vet places, which is kind of
You lie about it
because you never know what's
on
going to
top
happen
of
at 3 a.m. I've cried too much about it, but I'm just like really worried, and I hope there's something that the vet could say to make me feel better. Like,
why do we have to make you feel better? How about
your
the dog?
is hurting, dog. Like, who cares about you and
Right.
your feelings?
you guys probably are like, oh my God, we're
Narcissistic ass bitch.
Who instantly into herself, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, she is a narcissist through and
Exactly.
through. Like, immediately after this whole entire sob story, that entire sob story was just to make you feel bad for her. That's really what
Exactly.
that was
Yep.
about.
crying
And no 24/7 vets in Kentucky. This is a girl who drove 3 hours at 4 a.m. to go to Cheesecake Factory there and back.
Amen, Michael B. Petty. Yes, she does.
So, and Dana and Destiny are still here. Hello.
That's why they're not going. That's why you haven't, because Dana and Destiny are there, and that's where your attention is.
Yep.
I had to get.
Oh, we're at Walmart, so we
You're
can go
in
to
love with
Walmart.
Destiny,
Are you really
so
going to
fuck
sit
the
here and
dog.
tell me that there is not a 24/7 vet? And I can't.
Right.
Oh, but we're gonna go out to eat now too. Oh, okay. Let's see. Chili's. No. 24/7 vet in Somerset, Kentucky. After hours emergencies. During office hours, call the regular clinic and be prepared to dial extension number 30. After hours, the on-call emergency veterinarian can be reached. After hours emergency fees will apply if your pet must be seen. Now, let's see. We're going to put this in. Directions. Let's see where the Chili's is. The Chili's is a 6-minute drive to the hospital.
Are you kidding me?
Dude, I'm not going to buy this whole we're worried sick. We'll go.
This bitch is fucking diabolical. And then to sit there and say, I'm not a cat, or I'm not an abuser, an animal abuser. Yes, you are. Who leaves their dog in pain like that to go out to eat? Because you were trying to get in Destiny's pants again. And then this whole Rarity story, you said on Local Buzz that you noticed the door was open. You don't know how long it was open for either, right? You know that Rarity runs outside whenever she gets a chance. But you decided, just shut the door and go to bed because you were tired. And you thought, I'll wait till Emily gets home to look for her because you are too fucking lazy to go out and look for your fucking cat. It's cold outside, bitch. So you don't know if she got out or not. You should have shut the door and then been like, oh God, I better make sure Rarity's here. Knowing that she runs outside or tries to get away from your ass. But no, you went to bed 9 hours later when Tommy came home, Emily, you guys then went to look for her and put up signs and shit like that. She's already been long gone 9 hours fucking later, dumbass. And she was in a new place and didn't know how to get back home. You literally have to have something wrong with your brain, Amberlynn.
Beyond, I'm the best firm. It's even on the same fucking road. Shocker.
The next day.
I've got some questions about you should have taken Twinkie to an animal hospital. Like I said, we didn't have
Yes, you do.
any of those near us, or I would have done that. I live in a rural place, and we don't have like a lot of what like other places have.
Why was she
Michael B. Petty clocked your tea, dumbass.
supposed to stay home with the dog? If there wasn't a 24/7 place open, then there's not much she can do but wait until the next day. Unfortunately, that is very true. If there was somewhere open, I would have went there as soon
There
as I
was.
noticed it was happening because I care about Twinkie more than I care about myself.
Yeah,
I made
okay.
sure that before I left the house that she was cuddled and she had a good spot. I had food right next to her and water. And I'm just so glad
that she feels so much better today. It's like it never even happened.
Oh, so just forget about it, right?
Hi, my name is Amberlynn, and I wanted to start
This is her first video ever on YouTube.
a YouTube channel for weight loss. I see a lot of videos of other people.
Hi,
It's so motivating.
Ramses Flores.
Weight loss journey for a very, very long time now. The lowest weight I ever remember being was when I was 11 years old. I weighed 290 pounds. During this current weight loss journey, I made it to 331. That was the lowest I did, and that was about a year ago. I think making these YouTube videos, it might make me accountable. So if you want to subscribe to me, subscribe. And
Where's that, Amberlynn?
just because this is my weight loss vlog.
First thing is I want to weigh myself every single day. I know a lot of people have big opinions on this, but this is just what I want to do. I want to weigh myself every day. I want to see myself fluctuate. I want to see, you know, if I gain 3 pounds one day, I want to know what did I do the day prior. So my calorie limit on my Fitness Pal, they want me to eat 2,700. I think that's too high.
Not for your size.
Done weight
You
loss
literally,
quite
Amberlynn, you literally have to eat at least 10,000 calories a day to maintain your current over 500 pounds, as you say, weight. Okay. And if you go down to 2,500 calories, your body's going to lose weight because what it's used to is about 10,000 to 20,000 calories a day. Okay. It's just ridiculous. Use your brain.
a few times. I actually am setting myself a goal weight by a certain date. Usually when I do things like this, I always fail, but I already ate quite a bit today versus if I didn't do that.
I hate loathe weight loss guru Lynn. Like I can't. Like she acts like it's like this big epiphany. Like you've said this before. You've said I could probably find 20 different videos of you sitting on here talking about how you're going to start documenting.
And she let her audience down in the beginning because people were looking up to her for weight loss. You know what I'm saying? And they were seeing this poor girl on here at like 300 and some pounds, really focusing and trying to lose weight. Right. And people were like, yeah, you know, motivated with her, but she just never would keep on a diet. She would never keep on doing it. I mean, Crystal's parents, who literally gave her money the entire time she lived with them, paid her phone bill after she left their house. She never paid them back anything. They bought her a treadmill. She never used it. They bought her a new bed. You know, these people were really good to her. Did Amberlynn make sure they were taken care of when she started making money? Hell no.
All your food and how you're going to look back on it and it'll keep you more accountable of the things you eat every day. Why do you need to make a whole weight loss Instagram?
I towards Cheryl.
I really want to follow my doctor's order. I want to follow my weight loss
that. Thank you, honey.
orders. Weight loss doctor. This weight loss doctor. What am I going to be eating for the next 2 weeks? See what I've been eating, how I've been eating, how much weight I've lost. I don't have to count calories.
Yes, exactly, Amber.
Calories is because he doesn't want me to get overwhelmed.
Oh, wait, what is your name?
Weight loss doctor.
Amber.
I'm trying to stay under 100 carbs, 20 grams of protein, under 400 calories. Calories matter.
Amber, Low is your name. Were you in the LCU bus or the local bus comments the other day? I swear to God, I saw your name in there because I was in there too, and Amberlynn told me to shut the fuck up.
A low carb situation, 400 calories. Swing by the McDonald's, get yourself a cheeseburger, take off half of the bun.
Hi, Elmo.
Doctor, low carb. I'm low carb.
Oh, it's
low
Elmo,
carb,
duh.
calories,
Hey,
carb.
how are you?
Weight loss doctors are different. Losing weight, to lose weight. Come along on my journey. I want my channel to be
I forgot your name is
on
Amber.
positivity, weight loss, health, counting calories, Weight Watchers, start Weight Watchers, intuitive eating, Weight Watchers yet again.
What?
Weight Watchers.
Is this a weight loss channel?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
That's a question
I
that
love
we
her.
need to figure out.
This channel is not a weight loss channel.
Yeah, she would switch that up all the time.
whatsoever.
It's not a weight loss channel. It is a weight loss channel.
What is it?
Listen, lazy, get off your ass and fucking do something because you're gonna die. She's on that low-cal bus looking bigger than ever, taking up the entire screen because she's with a death feeder. And I'm not trying to be mean, but somebody needs to fucking get in her face and tell her, if you do not lose weight and stop what you're doing, we're going to be going to your funeral in a couple years, I bet. If that. You know what I'm saying.
As of right now, it's a vlog channel.
Zachary
but this
Michael
is
have to
not
put on a
weight
real
loss channel,
funeral.
and I just kind of want to stress that to people, that there are so many people out there struggling with weight and weight issues. They don't even take the time to try to be better. Not only is this not a weight loss channel, it's just a channel about my life. Someone said that my weight loss channel is a joke.
Yeah, it is.
I want to say I'm not a joke. It's not a weight loss channel.
You are
not a weight
pretty.
loss channel.
Yeah, but you eat eggs all the time.
Egg eating ass bitch.
So I'm gonna have either, there's two options.
Huh?
I'm gonna have eggs with bacon, which that's something
I know
that
she eats them all the time,
personally
but she's
love
like,
eating, and you
I
guys
have
know
an
that. I
egg
don't have the bacon
allergy.
now. I
No, you
feel
have a
sorry
tart
getting it.
allergy.
The store I went to earlier didn't have the bacon. Eggs and bacon is option number one. Scrambled eggs, I'm gonna be honest. They sometimes make me feel nauseous, and it's because I have an allergy to them.
Good old breakfast.
Eggs do that to me though too. I won't even lie about it.
3 scrambled eggs.
Yeah, I thought she was allergic to eggs, but I guess not
Hi
anymore.
everybody.
You guys saw
Back.
the video.
Hey, want that one more time?
Super nauseous. And I felt sick to my stomach.
2 medium grade A eggs.
Why does she torture
Not the
herself?
greatest at cooking eggs.
That I felt nauseous.
Uh-oh, it's
and
the
stuff
eggs.
Like that.
The egg
And it was
strike
right
back.
after I ate breakfast. And what I
When
had
your
for
food
breakfast
fights back.
was- I used to have an egg intolerance.
Egg intolerance?
allergic
Is that a
thing? I would just say I have an egg allergy because it's easier to say. When I was younger, eggs made me really sick.
Come on,
And
this needs to
as
speed
a
up.
teenager, it wouldn't do it so much.
It's probably because she's eating something of actual nutritional value. If it is true, and you have lived your entire life knowing,
Yeah, she does have an allergy to working out. Nausea is what she needs. Yeah.
Anymore. To me, that's the biggest criticism that I see people give her is they're so tired of hearing about the egg allergy, and then you continuously eat the eggs. You've been talking about the egg allergy for like 7 years on this platform. Take some Pepto, call it a fucking day.
Rain and pedals eavesdrop.
And pedals eavesdrop.
I was recently talking to someone who had no idea that I was in an abusive relationship before. My first true.
You can tell she's lying by how animated she gets and just how many details she puts in 6 years later, just coming out with this story online as if it's something that you should put on the internet, you know?
Committed relationship. My first live-in relationship was with a girl.
I showed
named
you this
Cassidy. I feel
yesterday,
very strongly about this, and I feel like it's okay for me to say her name because she's transgender now, so she's not Cassidy no longer. So I'm able to say her name because she's a once was person. Like we were living together and this and that. And I noticed we started.
The fuck is that? She's transgender, dumbass. He is transgender. She is like transphobic as fuck, and she won't admit it. Like on Low Cow, she commented back to somebody because Sweet Tea said that she once had relations with a dickless man, and then Amberlynn's response was, "I too have been with a dickless man." Now, what does that say to you when her ex is a transgender male? You know what I mean?
Arguing a little bit more. I still remember the first time she ever got physical. Memories are kind of like,
oh my God,
she took me by the throat and she started yelling at me. And then, she
took her by the throat on the sidewalk, y'all. In public on the sidewalk. I have never in my fucking life. Abusers do that shit usually in private. I was abused, but my husband didn't beat my ass till we were in the house, the door was shut, and he didn't think anybody was around. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I decided I was going to go to school to become a police officer. I actually wanted to do probation and parole. And I was going to get my bachelor's degree, and I went through the academy and I became friends with a lot of police officers. And then I started bringing them around the house. After that, he got scared and wouldn't touch me anymore. So I kind of defaulted that on my end. I had to do something though. I was getting my ass beat every single day right in front of my kids. You know what I mean? And the cops said, we're going to end up taking your kids away if you don't put a stop to this. So I ended up leaving him, and within 30 days we had an apartment and I had a job. I went and got a car. I mean, it was crazy. Everything went so fast, like it was supposed to happen. I got away from him. Thank God, moved miles away. I was so happy. I haven't heard from him since.
Bit after like 2 years of being together, it started to dwindle. It was definitely my fault. Okay, so Cassidy was very sexually strived.
Oh my God.
I don't know. She really thought I was attractive. She really was sexually
coming from the person that asked a 16-year-old girl at the time to send her nude pictures or sexy pictures. And Amberlynn was an adult at the time. So when I said that she had CP on her phone for a while as an adult, she did. She did. But she'll never admit that.
attracted to me, and she always wanted to like have sex, and she would literally sit there and beg me. At first it was like cute little begs. It became, you're gonna touch me whether you like it or not. That's when she started punching me a lot. She would aim for my belly. I don't think she ever actually hit me in the face. She punched me like around right.
You don't think?
And she would
who says that when they're abused? Oh, I don't think he hit me in the face. You know exactly where you've been hit every motherfucking time. Let me tell you that.
Continuously do it until I agreed to make love to her or have sex, whatever you want to consider it. I was pretty much being like,
as you can imagine, Casey saw this video and had a lot to say about it.
My ex Amber, that she's calling me an abuser, and that got my blood boiling, because that's not true. 100% not true. But for this video to be posted,
yesterday,
it pissed me off. Everything in that video was such bull that I can't even describe the bullshit that was in that video. Now, the time we were dating, I was when we started dating, I should say, I was big false. Want to know how I know that? Because me and my mom would do her laundry. Me and my mom would go do laundry. Honey. She wasn't getting up to do laundry. She maybe did it a couple of times, and me dropping the bag and choking her, I never, ever did that. Ever do it. And I damn well did not her.
And look at the way Casey is telling this story. Out of emotion, like it's not fake. You know what I'm saying? Amberlynn looks like she's in some fairy tale, moving her hands all over and putting too much to the story. You're not telling the truth, heifer.
She tries to make herself look good. This video that she posted, it hurts deep, because I would never do that.
Amber quickly deleted her video accusing him of the abuse after Casey posted his response video to YouTube.
Speaking Up by Amberlynn Reid. Admit the guilt you've sown like a misguided basket case of poison sentences. RAPE, rain and petals eavesdrop. I used the wrong word. Rain and petals eavesdrop. I used the wrong word.
What other
rain
word is there?
Eavesdrop. I used the wrong word. My mental hygiene has been rotten and stirred.
And then, of course, there is the infamous live stream when she forgets she's in front of thousands of people and does this.
Rain and petals eavesdrop.
Anywhere you go, you belong. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
I need people to know that, like, mental things are very, like...
There are girls outside right now that are taking selfies in front of a rock wall. This is my life.
Okay, here's part 2.
Why do you have the golden arches? Books is good for the brain.
You're happy, okay? Brain and pedals, these drop. I wore the wrong shoes. I am dumb, so.
Okay, honey, I'll see you later. I love you.
Did she spray ham
Ham
on the food?
Hello, it's ready.
As we know from the last video, Amber likes to tell these elaborate stories but always seems to be the one to debunk them, whether it be through videos like this, by getting called out, or just simply forgetting her own laws and contradicting herself. These are 5 more laws Amberlynn Reid has told.
Oh God, yeah. This is a good one.
Guys, so honestly, I'm making this video because I feel like I need to vent, I need to talk, I need to get it out, I need to scream about
attention.
it, be like, what the actual is happening right now? Okay, so for my whole life growing up, my mom had this like secret family. It was her mom and her sister's sister. It was her stepdad. It was her actual dad. It was my first cousins. It was just all these people. And one day, like, I just want to say this first. I always wondered about them, and I was very intrigued with the whole situation. And I get a message from some woman saying, "Oh my God, I found you. Oh my God, like, I can't believe this. I love you." Like, this whole long thing. And then I look again, and it's like these other girls just like, "Oh my God, hey, like, I love you. And, you know, I can't believe this. And I hope you get back to me." I'm like, who are these people? Like, what? It was my aunt, which is my mom's sister, found me on MySpace. Like, how? Like, I messaged them back so quickly. Like, what? My aunt has completely stopped talking to me. In December, she blocked me on Facebook. And the reasoning is because I'm fat. I'm not.
Oh my
the
God.
truth is because I'm fat. Self-destruct myself. Stop watching my YouTube then. Cool. But why cut off all communication with the person that you tried so hard to find when I was younger? My aunt is watching this, which I hope she is, which I don't know if she is. It's
These are my
confusing that
bullshit
aunt,
glasses.
knowing
I'm
that I
putting
have
them
a
on,
binge eating disorder
Amberlynn.
and I have a food addiction, would just give up on me because I'm fat. I don't
Bullshit
understand what
glasses. I
did
see the
wrong.
bullshit.
I didn't do anything wrong, and I think it's ridiculous because this
Bullshit.
is probably not something I
Bullshit.
should say, but my aunt
This
used to have a drug
bitch is
addiction. And she
bullshit.
beat it. Was
Bullshit.
extremely overweight.
Bullshit.
Of all people, she should understand. It's
bullshit.
confusing that a family member could
She's a
just
fucking liar.
cut off all ties because
I'm fat.
I understand I have problems and I have issues, and I feel like what makes those problems and issues escalate into like a bigger like whole thing is when people give up on me. I have been given up on by every single person I've ever known.
Give up on?
No matter what I'm doing, I just like have a really big like OCD with it. Like, it's kind of like a perfectionist problem, and it's like for my aunt to snoop down to these like levels is just. I just really needed to talk about this because it's like I have so many emotions and like thoughts and like everything is just like in my head like a crazy person. The only person who is like confused about the whole thing and who thinks it's a shitty freaking move is my girlfriend. I just don't know why people give up on me. I don't know if it shows what type of person I am.
Yes.
Or if it shows what type of person my aunt is. I don't need a goodbye. I need a hello. Should you just leave them when they're struggling? That's like leaving someone who has cancer.
Child. Anyway, so
Several months later.
Happen. And I feel like I need to kind of admit to some things that I have lied about. I am not a liar. I shouldn't lie. So if you guys remember my aunt situation, this was a while ago though. When I uploaded a video about how my aunt doesn't talk to me anymore because I'm fat. I ended up talking to her and my cousins regarding that video. I had no idea they were going to see it. I had no idea my aunt even watched my YouTube anymore. They were greatly offended. But at the time, I was vulnerable and I was upset, and I really felt like blaming my weight on everything was just
Hi,
like,
Jackson.
the easiest way to go. It's hard.
How are you, honey?
I have a weight issue and I have, mental, and I kind of wanted to ignore all that and just be like, oh, my aunt doesn't talk to me because I'm fat. I just thought it would be easier. I pushed her away because it's who I am and how I am as a person. It's really has anything to do with my weight. No, my aunt, she didn't stop talking to me because I'm fat. She stopped talking to me because of the issues I brought upon her, I guess.
2,000 years later.
Because you were a snotty little brat. If anyone wants the truth regarding me and my information, feel free to message me. Seems some people have a lot to say about me, sometimes with bent facts, and when I reply politely to clarify, they want to delete my reply. Interesting. That's her Aunt Tammy right there, which we'll get into more lore on that issue as well. At Trillis Beautiful like this, as in how? As far as reaching out to her, no, I don't. I thought she wanted to try and repair what she damaged as recent as September of this year, but all she did was ask me to fill out a slam book of 276 questions. She plays major mind games and then tries to play victim and innocent. Darvo! Trust me, from her grandma's spaghetti recipe allegations, there are so many lies and distorted versions of reality all within. So... and then says, she adds someone. Yes, I am the aunt Amber has talked about. I do have Twitter and Instagram. Probably will respond quicker to Twitter. Tammy time. I don't mind you mentioning me. Thanks for asking. As far as the only person graduating high school, all I can say is I know my parents did not graduate high school, but my grandparents did. As far as for me and my sister, we did not graduate high school, but did obtain our GED later in life. I continued and got some early childhood development education through a community college. As far as for Amber to do the best, or to the best, sorry. Childhood development education through a community college. As far as for Amber, to the best of my knowledge, she barely graduated high school and was going to a continuation school in order to do so. She then went on to waste thousands of dollars through that Brown University, and of course didn't finish or obtain a degree. I can't speak to much regarding her family on her father's side. If I had to bet, I'd bet very few, if any, graduated. Come on, Wes.
Amber never deleted the video titled, "My Aunt Left Me Because I'm Fat." It is still up on her channel as of the date of this video, April 2022. Wait, let's reverse that. Her grandma's family tradition spaghetti recipe was a lie? Well, let's take a look.
I'm making something my mother used to make for me. I wanted to kind of just make something like that for Crystal so she can experience it. It's super simple. Some plain spaghetti, scallion, a little bit of crispy bacon. This is already cooked.
Thank God.
A little bit of soy sauce and some egg.
Ew.
So try it. This is probably one of the best things you could try. I remember the first time my mom ever made it, I was just a pee-wee little squirt way down here. I was really tiny. And
do you see what I
every
mean?
time she'd ask, okay, what do you guys want for dinner? I'd always
say grandma's recipe,
because that's what she calls it, because it was her
grandma's recipe.
It's really close to home. I do miss her a tonnage because she has her own life. She's homeless. She's going through like a lot. I always shorten my pasta. I don't like it when it's all long. It's harder to eat. Who wants to join me in the traditional spaghetti throw? That's too funny. Make sure this is done. The only thing I added to the egg whites is some pepper. I don't put any butter or oil on my pasta, so it kind of sticks. And then we got ourselves our bacon, soy sauce. Gotta be careful. Don't want to put too much.
No, that would make it gross.
This is my favorite part of the whole meal. And to me, this is one of my favorite meals. Here you go, Crystal. This one's yours. Did you like it, Crystal? She said it was really good. Okay, I didn't hear her. So since she's a picky person, I was like, oh my God, she's not gonna like my family tradition food.
We know she had to eat struggle meals growing up. Same with lots of kids in the US. But why law that it was a family recipe passed down for generations? If Crystal didn't like it, I know it would have bruised her ego, so she placed the blame on her great-grandma for inventing it. But there was really no need to lie about something like that.
I don't have Really? Oh, but I don't have like a fat one. I don't know why. You're literally like a finger yourself.
Amberlynn, you have like 10 fupas.
We
What
have
the
our
hell?
Joan Jett here. I'll wear a
You even know who that is?
to it, but it fits.
You know?
He'll keep that one.
Um,
Short.
Okay, well, you know, you can do
over 200 perfumes. I have been ran over by
I love
abuse before.
perfume too, so I
have
can't judge her on that.
obsessive-compulsive disorder.
You're a liar.
I was diagnosed with depression
No,
at
she
the age
wasn't.
of 9. I think I'm ugly. I shower daily.
You're a liar.
I've won several talent shows for choreography and dances and dancing to them. I used to dye my hair pitch black
Every other 2 months.
Ozzy Osbourne is in my family tree.
My nationality.
Oh my god.
My nationality. I can't even talk. Is Portuguese.
Dude, are you dumb? Pardon me? Are you dumb? Like, medically speaking, are you like?
Oh my goodness. Gracie? She whines all the time.
Let me set this up for you girls. Density and Amber have just met for the first time in person a few days prior. Amber has moved in with Density, and Amber's been wanting to own a cat of her own.
Gracie's right here, and she keeps hissing at her. I'm cleaning and watching Leia, the puppy.
and it's literally the hardest thing in the world. Like,
Earlier, I was letting Leia out, the puppy, had the door open, and I swear to God, a giant ass spider hopped into the living room. I was like, oh my God, what do I do? And Leia was already outside. I didn't have a leash on her. I didn't know what to do. So I ignored the spider for half of a second, and I hurried and grabbed Leia. And then all of a sudden, Gracie, my cat, well, Destiny's cat, she goes booking it outside, running like a ninja. And I ran out that door like the speed of friggin' lightning. Gracie's okay. She's in the house. Our cat got out last night. Not when she got out for me, because I caught her and catched her. We're thinking she wanted to do it in her next opportunity, and she did. We're thinking our friend Jessica didn't notice, but Gracie ran away.
She says, with a smile on her face.
Now we're gonna try to find her. Don't be sad. We'll find her. And if we don't...
Okay, Amberlynn, this is your chance to say something nice and comfort your girlfriend.
Well, look it. We got our new couch. What do you think of it? I love our couch. Fred.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm hoping she's in a good place. Because there are people out there who take cats, you find them and they'll take care of them.
I'm making flyers. Gracie? For Gracie.
How many more do you have to make?
4 more.
How are you feeling right now?
Sore.
There's our couch, by the way. It is so cute. I'm like,
Amberlynn, why are you so fucking excited when the cat ran away? That's what makes you seem suspicious. That's why people think that you helped in this situation and you let Gracie out. A lot of people think that because of your fucking smug ass attitude. You're sitting there smiling while you're telling the story of Destiny's cat running away. Our animals, when we have them, are like family. And your negligence is abuse, Amberlynn. You don't seem to fucking get it.
liking it. We're putting up the first flyer for Grace and May.
More bad news, everybody. We wanted to see a movie at a late time. That's why we came this late, and now nothing's open for us to have date night.
Yeah, we wanted to see a scary movie late.
Maybe we should just go to Walmart.
Go to Walmart and do what?
Make our own kind of thing.
Oh my God. Instead of looking for Gracie, they're at Walmart.
We still haven't found my cat.
Sorry. Yeah, we still haven't found Gracie. She's talking to her mammy. Her mammy wants to help. Damn, I look rough in this view.
Who gives a shit?
Fund.
See, there it is. Right after.
Secret. Right now, there's only change in here, but tomorrow there will be some big bills. I'm so freaking excited. We are going somewhere. I'm so excited. This is part of the Wasabi Fund. Where's our kitten?
This is why people also think that it's you that did it. You had a savings for a different cat when you couldn't even have one yet. So you were like, oh, Destiny's cat likes to get out because just prior you had to chase her down. So it almost seems like it was a plan of yours to then go out there, let her out, and be like, oh no, I don't know what happened. Must have been our roommate. Even though Destiny says you were with her the whole time. But I don't trust the bitch not to lie for you. You know what I'm saying?
The adoption thing like takes forever, and plus we want to go to Petland tomorrow, and they have other kittens there. I'm sure you guys could figure out that Wasabi Fun means we are getting a kitten. The reason why I called it Wasabi Fun is because for years and years now, I have wanted my own cat of my own that I adopted myself, and I really, really, really wanted to name it Wasabi. I did see a cat today that I really liked. Something just didn't seem right with it. Plus, the adoption agency was taking too long to get back, and I was just like, you know what, it's just not worth it. When I did see that cat, it already had a name named Robin. He did not look like a wasabi to me, and I do find the perfect kitten that I have a connection with that maybe they won't be a wasabi. Oh, I'm trying to get a cat. Yeah. So I found one that I loved at the animal shelter, but it wasn't yet adoptable, so that was like really depressing. So now I'm at Petland. Guess what, everybody? I'm a mama. I am so freaking happy. I have a little kitten. I am like over the moon right now. I'm just so happy. Like I don't even know. I don't even have words. Okay, everybody, I'm ready to show you my new kitten that I adopted today. This is the first time I've ever adopted anything, any type of animal by myself. We named him Chaplin. He is beyond perfect.
How about he's your and Destiny's cat since Gracie ran away and you seem to not give a shit. You got the new kitten. Why, I don't know. You seem so animated and excited about it when your girlfriend's literally still mourning the loss of her cat that she loved like family. Oh, but you don't care. I forgot. It's all about Amber. Fucking bitch.
I'm super excited. Like, literally, new family member. Look! And he's going to be a long-haired cat. Place is safe because I want to get a new litter box because I don't want to use Gracie's. We miss her very much.
Oh, shut up.
I hope you guys like him.
Anywhere you go, get it on. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
Okay, we don't need to watch this weird.
That, like, mental things are scary. Like,
okay, here's part 3.
Did she spray Pam on the food?
Hello, it's ready.
Hey girls and guys, welcome to Biggest Loss. This is part 3, so make sure to check out part 1 and 2, which I will have linked at the end of this video and in the description. Okay, now let's get started.
Sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
The Flamin' Hot Cheetos Challenge. I love hot Cheetos. Not entirely sure how I feel about this right now, but this is a lot. I have never eaten this many hot Cheetos in one sitting.
Bullshit.
I shouldn't be eating food like this then. I love them. I usually eat a bigger bag than this. I know that sounds like ridiculous, but I eat like 3 at once.
You just said you've never eaten that. Oh.
Pretty tasty.
I usually eat a bigger bag than this. I know that sounds like ridiculous, but
I got the smaller bag. Like, hot Cheetos are from my like pastime. Like, I would eat hot Cheetos as a little girl. This is a lot. I have never eaten this many hot Cheetos in one sitting. I'm trying to shove them in. The flavors are melting on my tongue. Girl. To anyone
Why do
who
you
has
moan when
completed
you
this,
eat?
Congratulations. I can't do this.
I swear you do content for feeders.
Twinkies whining because she likes hot Cheetos. Zaps, I'm assuming.
You shouldn't give a dog hot food, Amberlynn.
Girl, we have Twinkie to the left of me, staring me down like a hawk. She wants one, but she didn't get one. Do you guys feed your dogs people food? No, baby girl, I love you, but no. I like to give her things like carrots and greens.
God forbid you share your food.
It's hard to say no, but I can't give her this. This is the seasoning. I don't want her stomach to get tore up. Twinkie likes hot Cheetos. Give her a bite of chicken here and there if like there's no bad seasoning on it, or I just could never. Oh, sometimes.
Oh yeah, you could never.
I know. Twinkie snuck a hot Cheeto. She snuck a hot Cheeto and ate it. Twinkie likes hot Cheetos. Twinkie. Every time she begs for food, she sounds like a pig. She's like, she likes hot Cheetos. I'm sickened.
Oh yeah.
So today is the first appointment for my outpatient eating disorder appointment with the psychologist.
That's why
I
you're
am
demonetized.
extremely nervous. This is the first time that I am officially diagnosed with binge eating disorder.
Damn it, I
And
should have cut that out.
I'm just thrilled. A lot of things that I've already thought, she clarified for me. Like, as you guys know, I do suffer from binge eating disorder.
Oh god,
I was diagnosed when I was 16.
I should probably
But I
change
never
this.
talk about it. I never speak about it. But here, it's been a couple hours since my binging episode, and I noticed
With 4.5 GPAs, didn't know that was possible. I truly don't care what my GPA.
Why would you lie about your education? It's okay if you didn't graduate with a 3.9 GPA. No one would judge you. Yeah, because she said that, but she didn't. No one would judge you for your education or lack thereof, or the people who would judge you aren't worth listening to. But to say that you had a 3.9 GPA while using the grammar you use, oh damn it. Where'd the rest of it go? 3.9 GPA isn't exactly something to brag about. When I graduated next to people with 4.5 GPAs, didn't know that was even possible. I truly don't care what my GPA was. No matter what I say, y'all don't believe me, so why are you even here? You know,
GPA was. No matter what I say, y'all don't believe me, so why are you even here?
You did not graduate with your
hey,
class.
what's up? Hi,
You got a
Nick.
GED.
Huffenberger.
Lie about it.
Yeah.
Parents and brother were in the audience cheering me on.
How are you?
Afterwards, we went to Applebee's to celebrate. Random fact, my graduation outfit was actually bought by my teacher. She was a mentor to me who helped me a lot.
What's
I was only able to wear
going
it cap and
on?
gown because of her.
Did you take any standardized
Jack,
tests, i.e.
yeah.
SATs, ACTs?
Yes, I did.
do.
I always loved taking those tests, lol.
If you follow me,
What's your IQ? If you
I
don't know,
get,
would you
like,
say it's probably below
10
average?
I have never paid to take a real
or
IQ
10
test, but I have taken
subscribers
ones
on
that
this
Harvard has for
stream,
free, and I have
I'll
never
come
gotten
back
below
and pour
average.
water
I
on my
actually
head
really love taking IQ tests
on
because they
camera.
challenge me and make me realize that I am not that idiot that I think I am LMFAO.
Community college, as far as for Amber, to the best of my knowledge, she barely graduated high school and was going to continuation school. Oh, yeah, we read this part already. She's telling the tea on Amberlynn's lies about school.
About school, I never went. I didn't care about school. Things that were happening at home were ruining my education because that's all I thought about. I'd either miss school or I'd just not care. Like, I'd go and I wouldn't do any of the work. School was hard. I got made fun of every single day. I was the smelly kid. I was the fat girl. That's how people knew me. I was Fat Amber.
journal is very important. Just write down everything that you eat to your best precise ability. I am finding myself weak. I'm being very weak. I don't have any lack of willpower. Especially my vlogging style lately has been very periodic. Hello? Hello? My skin is that body type where I only need one sunburn for the summer, and then the rest of the summer I just tan. Tomorrow's my I forgot how to call it. Psychiatrist. There we go. For some reason I was gonna say psychiatrist. Okay, I don't know what Dream Matte Mouse for all your products. Wait, you have to tell me what Matte Mouse is.
Moose.
Oh.
That's not mouse. Mouse is one S, babe.
I know.
I know, you're dumb.
We haven't ate anything. I'm honestly not in the mood to eat. I've ate like a crazy person
We
this
haven't
weekend.
eaten anything.
Africa's a continent.
You said it was a country. Wait, was it me who said that? Because isn't that a continent with like Asia?
Oh my god.
No.
Africa and Asia are two.
No.
different
Asia's a continent.
What a loser.
Continent?
Abraham Lincoln.
Was he even a president?
Oh
Was
my
Abraham
God,
Lincoln a
dude.
president?
Yes.
Oh, I thought he was just a whatever
Oh my god.
public figure. Do we just like spray this on her face?
Wow, she's dumb.
Spray on your arms and stuff. Some on your hands.
Wait, can you cover my eyes? I'm scared.
I won't get on the forehead.
Okay, do like 2 fingers. Why am I?
That's why I spray it on my hands and just.
Wait, is it working?
What the fuck?
Oh my god. Uh-oh. But do you know how hot 70 Celsius would be? I feel like it's super hot.
It is because.
Wait, so it's not 70 Celsius because it's 170 Fahrenheit. Such a like blah life. Russia is. I just want to say I was never taught this, okay? So
You were in school, but you weren't listening.
no, this is when I was bouncing around in foster homes.
Oh, wow.
They didn't teach you geography.
Okay, I know this is totally off topic, but I just did Amberlynn's a tarot reading for Amberlynn, and I wanted to tell you guys what it said. It's kind of interesting here. She got the strength card, and the strength card reversed. So you know how she's on there, she's already having like self-doubt, she's already like feeling weak and insecure on the channel, like she doesn't feel like the host that she thought she was going to be, you know. And then she got the Four of Swords, which is also reversed, and she's feeling kind of burnt out, she's getting exhausted, she doesn't want to do this anymore, she's thinking about quitting, all that jazz, right? So then she's also got the King of Cups upright. And, you know, I feel like if she were accountable for shit, she could be a good leader and you know, diplomatic person, balanced and all that. But the person that's a good leader is sitting next to her, and they're trying their best, like Keem and all of them, to get Amber to be accountable for things and move on and grow. But she's like really stuck. And then she's also got the 10 of Cups reversed. So she's having arguments and relationship issues with this clan of people. And also the chat, you know what I mean? She's having some disconnections, and she's really, really thinking about leaving. Like, that's not a skit part. She's really thinking about it because she didn't expect to go on there and be ridiculed for anything. She thought that everybody was going to kiss her ass, and even the chat, and she didn't have a damn thing to, you know what I mean? And hang on 1 second. Come on, bro.
What happened?
I don't know. I need a new ring light.
Uh-oh. You didn't go out.
Come on, it won't go on. Hang on, guys. Let me put this on.
I missed a lot of school being in foster care.
Of Canada.
Y'all, I'm learning. I was never taught this stuff. I was in a lot of foster homes. I had to change several schools. Several times. I was never that great in school until I decided to go to college for criminal justice. And I fought so hard for straight A's, and I actually got them. I was drinking and smoking all the time. My last year of high school, I finally got persuaded into doing better and really focusing on what mattered the most.
See, when I went to college, though, and they asked if I had a diploma, I was
Oh, no, it's broken. Oh, there it is.
show it to the physical, but I think it's like online somewhere where they can figure it out.
Weird.
Well, I mean, they can look
Okay.
I used to drink a lot of alcohol when I was in high school.
What? My Ouija board?
I was going to college. I was going for my associates in criminal justice, and I am over $19,000 in debt, and it's hard.
And why is that, Amberlynn? Because you didn't finish school. You need to call them, and you need to get it deferred or something like that, or at least start paying on it, because they'll come for you, girl.
Pay 2 payments each month. One is a lot, and one is just like kind of little. But I do pay 2 payments a month. I'm trying my hardest to pay off that. It's just ridiculous. You guys can call me stupid. You don't know things that you've never been told, so it's like.
You don't what? That doesn't make any sense.
But I used to be in like a dance group. I do talent shows. I choreograph them, and now I can't.
Oh, that's a big lie.
Dance. Then when I gained all this weight, like impossible. I can still like move my butt good.
For the love of God!
Your butt looks like a shelf, Amberlynn.
I was in love with dancing. I honestly thought I was going to make a career of it. I
roast you on live right now. I don't even know you.
Choreographed dances for myself. Choreographed
Pete,
dances from second
big
places and
feet,
stuff like that.
Oh my
yeah.
Dance was my passion. It can't be now because I literally can't dance. Like how bad I did. I used to be in dance groups. I would choreograph dances to do a talent show.
Oh, sorry.
Who am I? I didn't say choreograph. I would make up dances. Exhilarating.
You are such a liar, Amberlynn. Your big back could not get up and dance nowhere.
Big back, big back.
Oh, look at her go. I guess she can. Wow. Yeah.
break, never quit, do it right, play the game, hey, I'm ashamed, there's no time for me, every time, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win in life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, put your hand in the back, put me in the ring, you'll go out in effect, cause I sing what I mean, and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took a red pill, I know life's short, so I wanna live real quick. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Mop legs. Mop legs.
Anywhere you go, anywhere you go, you belong.
Okay, last one, and then I got some other stuff to talk about, okay? We got time. We're chilling. We're loving this. I'm your bitch shirt.
I'm not a narcissist.
Yes, you are.
Did she spray Pam
On the food?
Hello, it's ready.
You guys, oh my god, I gotta go pee some.
I don't even like pizza. I honestly do not care for pizza. You can ask anybody in my life. So this is our ending results.
I'll be right back.
Processed food. The pizza's for tomorrow. The pizza's for tomorrow. I'm going to make a whole video about it because tomorrow's a Super Bowl, and I did mention something about that in a last video that I made. So I'll make that video tomorrow too, explaining why I got the pizza. A week ago or more, I made a video wanting advice of if there was going to be pizza at a party, Super Bowl party, a get-together, would you count calories or would you eat in moderation? And I got so many mixed reviews. If I was to order pizza, I know some places where you can order, they have a thing where it says they can calculate whatever you have on your pizza and the calories can be there, but I don't trust it so much. So what I thought of, while my girlfriend's parents order their pizza, I figured me and my girlfriend get our own pizza from the store, so our calories are visual on the box. So I bought a pizza. I'm happy with my choice to eat that pizza. I don't know if any of you saw my vlog from yesterday. I filmed a little in the store and there was a pizza in my cart. And so I just kind of wanted to explain why I got it. This is a very big step for me and the pizza looks delicious, sounds delicious. It's like a buffalo chicken kind. I'm not going to deprive myself. For those of you who thought I shouldn't eat any pizza, that'll probably never happen because like I said, I live my life in moderation.
Picked up the pizza. We went to my dad's house and we ate pizza. Don't worry, I did my calories. Well, it's more like
It's like a rumor around I ate the whole pizza. I just want to say that I did not eat the whole pizza just because I got a whole pizza. It was because Destiny and I like different types of pizzas and Cece's is super cheap. And for some reason, they do not do half one kind and half another. At least they didn't want to do it for us. So with the pizza, I got chicken buffalo if you guys care. And I only ate 3 pieces. So I figured I would film a mukbang video. I'm going to be eating 3 pretty big slices of pizza. Pepperoni. I'm not really a pepperoni girl, but I need to get something in my system. And the only thing that we really have right now is pizza. This really is good though. Girl, you can lose weight and eat pizza. 3 pieces of pizza fits into my calories. I love the crust on pizza. Oh my god. And I filmed a mukbang that day and I actually had pizza and I just didn't want it. Like I felt, I don't want it. Like it was really weird. Pizza's pretty big, especially when it's cold, and it was cold. But I had to force myself to eat. You cannot starve yourself. My whole thing is what I choose to put in my body is my choice. But if I ever come on here and I eat like a pizza, people will cry about it. That just means that I'm working around that pizza and that I'm able to consume it. Hello for another mukbang. Today we have some Pizza Hut, but this is a leftover mukbang. Like this is like lazy style mukbang. Like when you think of like leftover cold pizza, you just want to be like lazy AF. So the type of pizza, my favorite is the stuffed crust. So it is stuffed crust. It is a light Parmesan sauce. Did I say olive already? So yes, my pizza is cold. I know a lot of people are like, cold pizza, no, but me, cold pizza is my favorite. I wish cold pizza was delivered to you instead of hot pizza. Like, you guys, look what I found. Cauliflower pizza. This is pizza without bread. We have
the 3 cheese kind. A margarita. I'm super excited. Some of these are open. Why is this open? Every time I grab something, it's open. Okay, well, I guess I can see what it looks like on the inside.
Take it out.
It looks literally just like a pizza. I don't know why these are open. This is why I like grabbing from way back here. So at the birthday party, I was having such an amazing time. I totally forgot to take the pictures. Plus, my phone was in Becky's pocket. I had 2 slices of buffalo chicken pizza. It was super, super good, might I add. These items are actually usually the items I usually eat when I go to this place. So I just want to say this because I'm rather proud of myself. Usually when I have company over and we're like playing games or just like having a really good time, I'll always order pizza. I don't even like pizza, but I'll order it. And I'll order like 2-3 pizzas. We'll get a few sides and like I just go to town. I just sit there and like eat a bunch of pizza and eat a bunch of sides. You know what I did? I literally ate carrots. I'll always order pizza. I don't even like pizza. So this is not a lie. I honestly do not care for pizza. You can ask anybody in my life. I truthfully do not care for pizza, like at all. If I have to, I'll eat some pizza, but honestly, I don't care for it. So I woke up really hungry, like nauseous to the point of nausea. I got a Caesar salad, and then I also got this really tiny pizza. Like I'm talking like super tiny, like you can see my hand. My goal is to only eat half of this, but like I said, I'm pretty hungry. I'm done. I'm actually gonna put the rest of this in the fridge. I love me some cold pizza. But actually, you guys, honestly, I'm not a pizza person, but if I have to eat it, I do prefer it cold. But I will say, it's a small, obviously. Something about the actual like crust doesn't taste like normal pizza crust, so I think that's why I like it. We have the table out here. Yes, I'm eating with chairs on the table. I'm having a lean cuisine pepperoni pizza, and I put some tapatio on top. So, ooh, this is good.
She hates it, right? This is kind of a silly one. But
2 of these lean cuisine pepperoni pizzas. Delish. This is a low sodium green bean that I just had in a can, but I do cook on the stove. And over here we have pepperoni pizza. So I usually eat my pizza with a fork, but I'm gonna pick it up today.
Such a dumbass, Amberlynn.
I've never had the pizza from Jenny Craig, so taste test. I love
Why are you mowing when you
I think
eat?
pizza is growing on me. This is good. This is what it looks like. Actually, I'm digging it. Okay, so we have a mukbang. We have plantain chips and a pizza I got from Trader Joe's, which is literally just garlic pesto and cheese. Oh my god, I'm so excited. All right, I've never actually had this pizza before. What? So good. I honestly do not care for pizza. You can ask anybody in my life. Out of breath, sweaty. Well, I don't really sweat. A lot of people are like, Amberlynn, you sweat.
Bullshit. You sweat.
It's more like a damp, glistening thing. Like I never like drip sweat. It's very rare. The treadmill is amazing. I noticed that for me when I walk on a treadmill, I feel like I burn more calories. I get more like sweaty and like out of breath compared to just like walking on the street or something. I enjoyed it. Becky enjoyed it. She worked herself up into a sweat, so that's good. Damn, I'm sweating literally. And I don't sweat. Like it's really hot out. I'm freaking sweating bullets right now. Oh, I rode on Nora good. Today was a slow and steady at first, but I still did it, and I am proud. I have a little bit of sweat going on, but not much because it is cold out here. Woo, woo, woo. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm glistening a bit. My hair's a little glistening and wetty looking. I just danced. I'm sweating. I need to turn this fan on. Oh, the fan, yes. The fan. I really enjoy being in the sun. And you know what's really weird? I don't really sweat. I end up sweating a bit towards the end there. But what's really weird is I get these like sweat blisters. It's like these little like tiny, I'm talking tiny little like water pockets because like my body will sweat. It's actually really bad. So hot. Sweating off some pounds, I'd like to hope. Then I'm packing it on with food. I have this little fan because I was sweating really bad. Like I was so hot and just sweating like crazy. As you guys know, I don't really sweat, so it was very odd. I'm gonna be doing 10 minutes on the elliptical 7 days a row, and I'm not gonna be pushing myself. I'm just gonna, casually go. I did it today, and with my casually going, I still sweated. So that is what matters. My heart was beating. I was beating faster. I was breathing harder and stuff like that. So that's what matters. We do not have sheets on the bed because we live in Florida and it's freaking hot as hell. And our AC literally sucks in our room. It is so hot in here. Obviously, we had sheets when we first moved in. We had the whole bed made. The sheets made it so much hotter. And I was like sweating and I couldn't sleep. And it was just really uncomfortable. We're supposed to be buying this really expensive fan here in a couple weeks. So I think once that happens, we're going to see if it really helps cooling down the room. And then we'll put sheets on the bed. So don't worry. I literally am sweating and I like never sweat. TMI now. Shut up. I feel like talking is making me sweat more. I'm not really sweating. I don't sweat. A lot of people, I've sweat in the past.
You're fat as hell, Amberlynn. Yes, you just sweat.
A little bit. But a lot of people.
Why does she lie about the dumbest shit, dude? This is what pisses us off. Yeah, it's petty bullshit, but it's constantly. She's not ever transparent or herself or we just have to watch this literal fucking show of her lying because she doesn't want her audience to know she's not dainty and she sweats like a pig. And Amberlynn, we have eyeballs that look at you. We know you sweat. Stop it right now. And I'm mean as hell about it because I used to be that high. I was like 400 pounds. I used to be like that. And it took a lot for me to lose a lot of weight. And Amberlynn is never waking up, and she's going to die very soon if she doesn't wake up and stop eating. It's getting to be, she's older. She's like 35 years old. She doesn't have very, very much longer. I would say maybe 7 years at tops, maybe. But, you know, not that I wish that upon her. I don't. It's honestly concerning. And then she lies about everything. And she's leaving a legacy of just plain old deceit, just like fucking Gypsy Rose. You know what I mean? Anyways, continue. Bitch.
I've actually seen talking after your workouts, you're not sweating. I really this like false assumptions that people make about bigger people. I smell great. I get complimented on it. Am I always smelling great? Probably not. People get a little sweaty here and there. It is what it is.
Several of your exes, oh my God, that's a terrible pause screen. But several of your exes, Amberlynn, have come out and said that you stink. And it's hard not to at your size. We get it. I have compassion for it. It's probably hard as hell to take a shower for you, especially by yourself. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's why she didn't want to go on 600-pound life and have the surgery, because she would have to do that shower scene in the beginning, which, by the way, I said it yesterday. I don't like having to watch obese porn when I want to just know about them losing weight. That's a little bit why. I don't understand. Anyway, Amberlynn, it's okay. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to look vulnerable. It's okay that you can't do that right now. But when you lose the weight, you'll be able to, and it'll get easier and easier. You know?
One of the things that I see about people saying I smell like tuna cottage cheese, like what the heck is that? I smell good. I do. You can believe what you want. Not all fat people are the same. So how's the weather where you guys live? Like, honestly, it is so hot here. I'm like sweating just standing outside. Like, it is so gross.
Number 5, what is a fat thing that you do and think is funny? Like breathe heavy, sweat profusely. This one is funny. I actually rarely sweat. It's actually very strange. I do not sweat profusely at all, but I can tell you my dad does. It's kind of funny now that I think of it. My dad does. I don't sweat like that. Like, I sweat like a normal person. Like, if I am outside in like 112-degree weather and I'm like walking or sitting in a car that doesn't have air conditioning, I'm gonna sweat a little bit, but I don't sit here and just sweat. Like, look at me, I'm in a freaking scarf. Like, label on obese people plus sweating profusely.
No, I'm trying to prove her lies so that else you can see it.
How are you handling the Florida weather? I don't know how I'm handling it. Just went to the bathroom real quick. Like, literally, I sweat like a maniac today. But literally, I was sweating like a maniac at one point. That was so embarrassing. Amber, can you walk to the tree again? It's actually getting really cold outside, so maybe I won't sweat as much. I don't sweat anyways as much anyhow. But maybe I won't get as hot. Exhausted. I don't know if you see the sweat. Like, who even sweats anymore? It's so gross. That is just so disgusting. Totally kidding. Sweat is my fat crying. You know what I'm saying? I regret not having leftovers. I only had one plate, and it was a piled on plate. It was super good. But yeah. Oh God, I was sweating while doing the dishes. After I wear flats and I take them off, the bottom of my feet are like baby butt soft. I don't know what it is. They're not sweaty or anything like that. Like, that's weird. But they're like soft, kind of like the softness of a really soft pair of socks or something. Oh my gosh. When I was younger, like when I lived with my parents before I got into foster care, we lived in this really, like, it was a pretty nice house. It was actually like a restaurant. That's a whole other thing. And the yard was humongous. So my dad had a 4-wheeler and I would go on it and stuff. What cars has your family owned? My biological family, I remember they had a Volvo when I was younger. But the main car that I remember was my dad's Blazer. He was obsessed with that Blazer. He put a lot of time in it, a lot of money. You also put a lot of speakers in there.
I turned up Roseanne for as loud as it could go. It was an old TV. Like, we're like literally trailer park trash. Like, I'm not trying to offend anybody because there are a lot of people who live in trailers who are not trailer park trash.
Oh my gosh,
but I can
Amberlynn.
admit for myself, that's what we were. That's what everyone saw us as. So we didn't have like the highest end of the highest stuff. Like, our TV sucked. It was a small trailer, disgusting trailer, might I add.
What was your best birthday party as a kid? I never had one really. I guess when I was a newborn toddler moment, like I was like a few years old, my dad dressed up as a clown. My parents did drugs. I was in foster care. You know, I did live with my parents until I was 8, 9. But while living with my parents, we would go camping, and we would go every summer for my brother's birthday. My dad, he would go fishing. The place we'd go camping had a little like beach moment, so we'd like swim in the water. You know, me and my brother would bring bikes, and we would ride our bikes around. It was a big, popular camp place, so it was a lot of fun. As a child, I was on a soccer team. I was on a softball team. I was in a dance group. I did a lot of stuff like that. I would rollerblade, roller skate, swim, ride my bike. I was very, I don't want to say athletic, but I kind of was. Soccer and softball was fun. If I had to choose between the two, I think definitely soccer. I preferred playing soccer. My parents were drug addicts. They neglected me. I lived in a trailer that was falling apart with mold and holes. I used to steal when I was younger. I didn't have anything, so I started stealing. I was drinking and smoking all the time. The first thing is I have really bad memory loss from traumatic events that happened in my childhood. I don't remember a lot of things that happened in my childhood or even in my teenagehood. I just don't remember a lot. She said it's memory loss due to traumatic events. Sports aren't entertaining to me. I used to play soccer and softball when I was a little girl. My brother played baseball. He was the pitcher. He was in love with it. Sports are kind of like in the family per se. I know my family enjoys football and baseball, and I used to go to like famous baseball games, famous football games, and stuff like that with my dad and my brother. Growing up, I only had one pair of pants that I wore constantly. I had a Jimi Hendrix sweatshirt I wore every single day, and that's the only clothing items I really had. I might have had a few other shirts here and there. I think I had one black shirt that said Giants on it. Those were really the only two things that I would wear all the time because I didn't have anything.
But I
in
thought
high school, Fiji was the only water I would drink. I wouldn't drink any other water. No tap water, no water from restaurants, no other bottled water, only Fiji. It was so weird. When did you get your nose piercing? What made you get it? I love it. Thank you. I actually got it when I was 12. I was probably 11, and I thought, I want a nose ring. I want it so bad. It was like a thought that just came into my head, and I literally couldn't stop thinking it, couldn't stop speaking on it. And during the time I was living with my parents, because I was in foster care, I was living with them for like a trial to see if they were fit parents. And my dad surprised me, and he took me, and he was like, shh, don't tell your mom. And I went and got my nose pierced. I was getting it pierced. He literally squeezed my hand harder than I squeezed his, but it was so fun. It was just like one drop of blood. And a few of my guy friends actually came with us, and it was a fun time. I didn't have money growing up at all. I lived with my parents, poor. And when we did have money, they spent it on drugs. And I never had anything. You know, I had one pair of pants. I had a sweater I wore every day. I didn't have anything. And then when I was in foster homes, obviously I didn't have anything. When I was younger, I literally only had like one pair of pants. I only had one shirt. I literally wore the same thing to school every single day. I literally grew up with nothing. Like, you know, I can just go to the grocery store and buy whatever I want. But when I was younger, we didn't have money for food. So we would get free food every Saturday. We would get like a box of free food that got delivered to us. School dances. I loved me a school dance, but they always costed money. My parents didn't have that money. I love car racing. I used to go when I was younger with my dad. I kind of grew up with it when I was living with my parents. I have been to NASCAR. I don't know.
It's a video, so that means I want to talk about something.
On January 16th, 2014, Amber told us a story about a note she had written to her friend confessing that she was bisexual.
The notes, I guess I never ended up giving it to my friend, and I left it in my pants pocket, and my mom did my laundry. But I did not find out till months later that my mom read that note, because during one argument, I was telling her, I was actually in tears, telling her
I think
that
she's
she doesn't know
bisexual
everything
too.
about me. But
She's
my
always
mom
trying to
at the
hit
end
on
said,
men.
I know you like women, and that is exactly what she said. She says, I know you like women, and I was like, whoa. What makes you think
It keeps
he
glitching.
wasn't remember? I think he kind of just knew. I think my mom told him, to be honest. Years went on, and I was 17 to 18, and I had a more serious relationship with a girl I told my dad about. It was another online relationship. Seems like the online ones are more serious with me. And I told him that I was going to meet her in person. He really didn't think anything bad of it. But every time I talk to him now, he always calls my girlfriend a friend, and then he laughs. It's his way of joking, but it's his way of showing me that he accepts me. After some time went on, I was debating whether or not if I should just come out as a lesbian, because everyone knew me as bisexual. My mom pretty much already knew, and she accepted it, and so now everybody knows, and I am a lesbian, and that's just how it goes.
So my whole life I was bisexual. I came out as bisexual to myself and to my friends when I was around the age of like 14, I want to say. I hid it from my parents for a very long time until my mom found a note in my jean pocket. That was when I was about 16, 17. My dad still didn't know. And then I turned 18 and I was in a, really committed relationship with this girl. I actually started living with her and it was like this whole thing. So I was 18 years old and that's when I came out a lesbian. I told my mom, I told my dad, I told everybody, and I was very proud of who I was because it took me a long time to find that strength to like kind of accept myself for who I was. Yeah, let's get into it. We could talk a little bit about my sexual orientation and things of that such. So if you guys want to watch this and stick along. When did you first realize you were gay? I processed in my head, I'm bisexual when I was probably around 12, but I was 18 when I was like, nah, I'm a lesbian. Number 3, who was the first person you came out to? But when it came to me being a lesbian, actually the first person I told was my mom. I was in a relationship at the time. The girl I was in a relationship with, knew I was bisexual. People thought I was bisexual. Instead of telling her first, I actually told my mom first. Okay, and how did your parents react to you coming out? I came out to my mom twice as a bisexual and then later on as a lesbian, but I have never came out to my dad. I never once talked to my dad about being bisexual or anything like that. And then flash forward to when I was 18, and I've never actually told my dad straight up, I'm a lesbian. He knows I've had girlfriends. Like, obviously, if you're already out of the closet, as I am, besides with my dad, but I kind of am. So this video is a video of the conversation that I had with my dad just literally an hour ago. I came out to him as a lesbian. All the way up until I was 18, I thought I was bisexual. It was something I hid from my dad, but my mom found out on her own when I was about 15, 16. I can't quite remember the exact age. I told her not to tell my dad. All the way up until now I'm 26. I never once told my dad, oh, I'm bisexual. Never once told my dad, oh, I'm a lesbian. I never wanted my dad to know that I was gay. I never had a discussion with him about it or anything. It's Pride Month, and I made an LGBT video. It just got me thinking, I really need to talk to my dad about this.
I'm not gonna sit here and lie about it.
Totally not wearing any makeup, hair up. I look like a hot mess. I didn't know I was gonna stay the night, so I didn't bring a change of clothes or anything. So I'm hoping to go home and get a change of clothes because I don't like re-wearing clothes. Like, I hate that so much.
Look back at these videos from like 2 years ago when I was at my heaviest, and I just didn't take care of myself. My emotional state, my mental state, my physical state. I'd wear the same clothes days on end, and I just looked unkept. Well, it's the next day and I am a mess and a half. I'm wearing the same clothes I wore yesterday. I had to sleep in them. All my clothes was in the truck and we didn't do anything about that. Like, everything was still in the truck. I just woke up. That's why I look like this. But I slept in my actual clothing. Like, no. But I did. I'm a piece of garbage. I slept in my makeup. I accidentally slept in my makeup, which is a really bad habit that I have been trying to get out of, which I've been doing pretty good with. But last night, I'm not gonna lie, I forgot I was even wearing makeup. And when I fell asleep, I fell asleep. So I woke up and this is how I look. I totally forgot to end my vlog last night. So I just woke up. I'm just gonna be getting ready for work. Yes, I slept in the shirt that I wore to work. It's called coming home and being extremely lazy. Last night I did not feel good, as you guys saw in my video. I literally was too sick and tired and exhausted to even go up the stairs to get myself some pajamas. I literally slept in this shirt. I showered, put this back on, went to bed, and I was like, done. I literally slept in what I wore yesterday. This is literally what I wore last night.
Oh my God.
I woke up in it. It's not cute. Hey guys, so I literally slept in what I wore yesterday. That is a true fact. I'm not gonna sit here and lie about it, but it did happen and I'm still currently wearing it. So this is where I've been starting my vlogs at, just sitting on the bed, wearing my attire that I slept in, because that's just, how I roll, I guess. Ding! Yes, I'm wearing the same shirt as yesterday. I slept in it. Don't hate.
So we stayed the night at a friend's house. I got makeup in my eye yesterday, so it's like double whammy. So I love that for me. I did sleep with my makeup on. I know a lot of you hate that about me. Showering with makeup on is the worst in the world. I just didn't feel like taking off my eyelashes, so they're kind of messed up right now. But thankfully, I'm going back to my friend's house before we actually go out and do things. Right now, we're just picking up something to eat, and I'm just not vibing. As Tammy Slayton said in her show, I'm vibing. I'm vibing. I'm vibing.
All right. I want to show you guys the Tammy situation. All right. Let's do this one. Now, her Aunt Tammy and her were arguing because Amberlynn was only ever contacting her Aunt Tammy when she wanted something, and Aunt Tammy was fed up.
And I only ever come out as a bitch or come out angry as
3, 2, 1.
and my foot was just like dangling.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Yeah.
And this video is when her aunt called to talk to her about how disrespectful she's been and all that. So it just wants you to see how Amberlynn really is, because you can tell in her face her aunt's telling the truth.
Lady, you don't have OCD.
You forgot your spaghetti.
You have obesity. Okay, thank you. I didn't know my psychiatrist was on here. I'm Ashley Darby. That should be my middle name. Amberlynn Hungry Reid. I don't know. I just feel so disconnected. She was like, "You're healthy, but you are obese."
Oh.
Is anyone home?
Hey girls, welcome back. So we last left off with Amber inviting her Aunt Tammy onto her channel for a sort of interview with her, instead of reaction channels.
Let's do it. Get the fuck on my live, Tammy. Get the fuck on my live. We can do this. Square up. I'm ready for it. Oh, I'll talk to her. I'll talk to her real good. I am ready for it.
I'm happy to be the medium here, but
You're not going to be the medium, love. She's coming to my live.
Tammy then went to her community tab to prove that she happily agreed to square up with Amber. But when the time came, Amber was nowhere to be seen. 5 minutes after the live was supposed to start, Amber left this message on her community tab: "Can't go live, see you later," which made people start to question, did Aunt Tammy back out? Or did Amber get scared and she was the one to back out? Just after Amber posted that to her community tab, Aunt Tammy starts posting to hers, all night and weekend long. Basically, it seems the thing Aunt Tammy is the most upset about, at least in these community posts, is Amber allegedly not returning her texts or only texting when she wants something. She tries to provide receipts, but I'll be honest, these screenshots she provided don't show us much.
Right.
But Tammy does try to explain it later in this video. But she's also been watching reaction channels, and it seems she's overwhelmed by the amount of content showing who her niece truly is. In the meantime, Amber's back on TikTok. Laura's trapping it up for either a new wiper or for Emily.
I haven't turned on just members yet, and someone just said, "Hey, chubby." Oh my God, Corky.
I know.
I know
want
what
her
your
to
name is.
too.
Like, I'm not dumb. But do you like how I call you Corky? Like, it's a little nickname. I mean, your username does say Corky
back
Love,
in
but
time.
like, loving the plum color. Thank you. I don't know what that was.
I know.
First time live
She
watcher.
does
How was your
kinda
week?
take a
My week's been really good.
Yeah.
Thank you for the super chat. Not the boob shimmy on Maine. What does that mean? Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna wear. Remember when I said the sympathy bone comment and I was wearing my my Soli costume? Listen, I was gonna wear that because I ain't got my sympathy bone today. Okay, Yo Mama has like disappeared because he's over on like the lol cow bullshit. So he's barely on his Yo Mama channel, and he went there today, right? And he talked about the narc alert. And I'm telling you, I knew none of this. My jaw is on the floor type deal. Anna says Tammy coming on soon. So I don't know what that's talking about. Are you intoxicated right now? You're slurring your words, eyes rolling, and acting strange. I smoked some Delta. Not gonna lie about it. I want to say, when people like were seeing how I was reacting to my aunt, like that's frustrating for me to hear. Like, this is the real Amberlynn, because it's like, bro, what you're seeing is me split. It's called splitting. When you literally turn into someone that you're not. Like, you're so hurt by someone, like when you have BPD, you're so fucking hurt by someone that you genuinely, you're so overwhelmed with emotion, like you cannot regulate those. So that is what you're witnessing. So it's hard because 99% of the time you guys are witnessing me as like pretty chill, just chilling. And I only ever come out as a bitch or come out angry is when it's demonstrated to me first, if that makes sense. That doesn't mean, oh, we saw Amberlynn's true colors or this is the real Amberlynn. Like, it's not fair. And what my aunt was doing was not only triggering and wrong and hurtful, like it shattered me and I could not regulate those emotions in the whole span of the time that I've known her since 17, that she was always the person that like indicated like a break in our chat. And a lot of people are like, go to therapy, go to therapy, go to therapy, while like literally sucking the tit on my aunt. Ew, that woman needs to go to therapy, not me. My aunt literally just tried calling me. Hello? Holy fuck, I messaged her and I said, stop calling me. Like, it's ruining my live stream.
Oh, crybaby bitch.
Hello.
Hello?
I don't even know if I'll be able to hear her.
Okay, I hear myself through your audio, so can you like pause me?
Yeah, I just did.
So you're clearly watching my live stream, and I said I don't feel like doing this anymore, so why are you calling?
Because you can't run my name and multiple family members in the dirt for decades and think you're just going to walk away that easy. I'm finally done. I'm finally ready. I got the receipts. I got the proof. I'm not afraid of you, Amber, unlike all your other victims. I thought I had seen and heard everything that you've done over these years, but I was so blind by your manipulation. And when I seen half of the videos that I've seen with documented proof of how you treat people, not only in our family, but people in general, you are one vile, disgusting human being. And I want nothing to do with you ever again, including your mother. Your mother, your whole family, your whole Reid family is nothing but vile, disgusting degenerates that rape, manipulate, and abuse. Physically, mentally, spiritually, you name it, you guys do it. And you do it proud. But I see it so clear now that I don't want nothing to do with you. But do you think you're going to continue to lie about me and the family members that I do care about and get away with it? No, you're not. I will continue to tell the truth. The difference between me and you is I have the truth to tell, and I have the receipts to back it up. So you want to know why I'm listening to your live right now? The reason is just to see what bullshit you're going to say next. And sure enough, it didn't take long. You try to say that you cut off talking to me. I've been looking over texts for the last days, and I have so much proof, time and time again, where you're begging me to talk to you again, where I blocked you. I quit watching your videos. You kept begging me, please watch, please watch. I don't want to lose you, Auntie. All the lies you told me that I caught you on, called you on, you'd apologize, and then do it again and again and again and again. What do you want to respond to that?
What did I do in the last 2 years to you?
In the last 2 years. Okay, let me see if I can explain this. It's not an easy black or white answer or an answer that you can get in 2 seconds. Because like I keep saying, I've been doing this your whole entire life. You have a person that has fought to be in your life your whole entire life in one way or the other, no matter if you've seen it or not. And you didn't meet me at 17. You met me when you were 14, when I went to California for the first time after 16 years. Remember you getting the pot of spaghetti out of the refrigerator and using the really huge utensil, taking big scoops out of the pot onto your plate where your dad said, I think that's enough, Amber. That's my first memory of you. And you still continue to pile on your plate. Yeah, that story goes around our family year after year after year. From then, I tried getting you through the foster care because you painted the story. It was so, so bad. And then you even put me down for it that time. Your mom came in the picture, destroyed that. So then you went on to my mom's house. We all know what happened with that. You got kicked out for what? Being disrespectful. Surprise, right? So then you go on to Casey, and then Crystal, and then Destiny, and then Becky. The whole time, I'm in the background, loving you, supporting you, sharing every bit of my diet with you.
You didn't give a shit about her.
Financial, and yes, I have all the proof. And then we get up to the current last 2 years. Who is the happiest person in this world for Amber to move to Oklahoma City? It was me, your aunt. Your mom didn't want you to come. She was very nervous about you coming because of the destruction and stress level that you bring to your just presence. I, against my whole entire family, would say things like, I know you guys are worried, but I'm so excited. We have texts showing that excitement for when you're going to get here. We're going to hang out. We can't wait. I wanted to diet with you. I wanted to exercise with you. I was so excited because, as you love to point out, I was very successful on keto. You get here, I see you one time. I try to see you, and I'm told I can only see you with your mother. I question you about it. You say, oh, I was just nervous. I haven't seen my family in 14 years and blah, blah, blah. Then you didn't reach out to me after that ever. Not once to come over, pick you up, go do anything. November, you reach out to me because you want something, a vape. December, you reach out to me. You want something, a vape. You checked in when I had COVID. You said Merry Christmas. I had COVID. I answered you the very next day. Then nothing in January. And then you send me a picture in February. So you want to know why I'm mad? Because I fought for you for freaking years. And then when you finally get here, I'm left. You and sister are going to museums and here and there, and I'm told I can't see you without my sister. You're here now, and you still have nothing to do with me. So you want to bring up me and your mom's fight, right, as the reason? No.
Yeah, because her and her mom were fighting over something with the house and being inherited from their mom and Amberlynn's grandma.
You are the reason we don't talk. You are in your 30s. You can use a phone. You can make arrangements to spend time with your aunt, and you chose not to because me and your mom were in a disagreement. Any other questions?
Well, yeah, it is true.
I was feeling anxious to see my family again. It had nothing to do with you. It had nothing to do, it felt easier for me to be around family that I have not seen in 14 years if my mom was there. That was an anxiety thing. It was a coping thing. It is what it is. So I'm sorry.
So whose fault is it, Amber? Is it your fault or is it my fault that we haven't seen each other? Because the narrative that you're telling is different.
So
put it out there. Whose fault is it, Amber?
Yours.
How is it hers? How is it hers, Amberlynn? How is it her fault? Why are you so fucking blind and so ignorant to not see people's points? You don't acknowledge people that really do care for you. You fucking buy the love of people that don't want nothing to do with you. Why, I don't know. You're almost like a lost cause. It's like, what else do we fucking do?
After Thanksgiving, I heard that my sister talked a whole bunch of shit about Thanksgiving over at my house. Once again, opening up my home to you guys. And at the end of the day, when I thought it was a wonderful day as well, guess what I got to hear? How y'all talk shit. I don't even know what the shit was. It was supposed to be so vile that it couldn't even be repeated.
I didn't say anything bad about the time at your home. And then I wasn't invited to anything Christmas related, which honestly hurt a lot. I literally bawled my eyes out.
Okay, again, I don't want to interrupt you, but when there's...
Amberlynn seems to think that if she tells you that she's crying or if she starts crying, because she can fake cry. Trust you me, the bitch can. She will pull this bullshit to act like the victim when she's the one that hurts somebody else. It's called Darvo. It's so disgusting. It's a manipulation tactic that she uses all the time. In fact, she's doing it on Locale Bus big time.
No contact from October, November, into December, with the exception of wanting a vape. Why would I invite you and my sister to Christmas?
In December, I talked to you 3 times. One of them
3 times, Amber?
One of them did involve a vape. The other 2 times was to check in on you regarding your health. And every time we did communicate was because of me.
It's absolutely not. And I have the receipts to prove that. Unless you're talking about only between October and February.
That is
when you got here and I see the true colors, that I was never going to be your person in any way, shape, or form. I heard through my mom how you'd cry and boo-hoo and you at her house going, well, I don't understand why I can't talk to my aunt.
That is correct.
And what were you told? Were you told you couldn't talk to me?
I would cry because
Were you told you couldn't talk to me? Did anyone say, Amber, don't talk to your aunt, don't call her, don't text her?
So, sorry, I was reading the chat.
Yes or no, Amberlynn? Yes or no?
I read between the lines.
Did anyone tell you at that point when you were boo-hooing several times about not talking to me, did my mom or my sister tell you you can't talk to me?
So I wasn't boo-hooing. I was
answer the question, bitch.
Please. I was hurt by the situation because I was slowly reading between the lines. You would never text me first. I mean, that's how I'm feeling because
you truly are a piece of work. I tell you what, your manipulation is just like it used to work. It used to work. It used to catch me. It used to slow me down and give you the benefit of the doubt. But I just see.
She's so gross, dude. I can't. She pisses me off. Now, I want to go over the Emily story. This says it's the whole story. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Oh, come on. It's a good one. Oh, Amber.
Oh, they saw my tom-tom.
Happy birthday, Chloe.
The moon landing didn't happen. Oh, sorry, I'm hurt. See, I can run.
Oh, sorry, I've heard it.
Literally, like what? You asked Emily about my hygiene. She ate my pussy. She ate my pussy good, and she loved every
because I'm not used to something that feels so calm, like a soft love.
I have never been with someone so vindictive and genuinely scary in my life.
Hey girls, how you doing? With all the exciting drama we have now, I thought it would be a good idea to recap everything and try to see how this relationship was and how we got here.
Are you talking to someone new? Yes, I am. Okay, guys, so there's something that I want to tell you about. I know it's really soon and sudden, I understand that, but timelines are not a thing. And you guys know that with me. I have a girlfriend. Yes, I do. And we are in a long distance relationship. I want to just share this side of me. I'm not a secret. and I feel special. I feel loved. I feel important. I feel like a priority. Like those aren't feelings that I felt for a very long time. Like I feel genuinely seen, like as a person. We will be meeting in person literally before this month is even over. But when I would see red flags, I would admit like, oh, that is hardcore red flag, or oh, that's triggering my BPD, or oh wow, this relationship is making my mental illness actually worse. Like I see these things, and it's like I get so like delusional with this relationship. I haven't seen a red flag. And I'm over here like, is that a red flag? But there is no red flags. See, that's just me like wanting to self-sabotage.
That's when you know something's wrong.
So, like calm, like a soft love. And
Amberlynn, if there's not a red flag, that's when you know something's wrong. Okay. And you both did that love bombing thing at first, and then it became severely toxic.
I remember a couple months ago writing in my journal saying how bad I craved like a soft, gentle love.
At this point, she hasn't even met Tommy and
the girl's a death feeder. She's going to feed you till you die like she did her ex. Her ex got to be 1,000 pounds.
real life. They were just talking online, and she was talking as if she knew everything about her.
And her name is Tommy. So yeah, I'm really excited. I have to share this with you guys. And I know like this is crazy and probably coming out of nowhere. It's like the universe is like, we got you, Amberlynn. We got you, Tommy. Like, you guys are about to be happy together, and like we really are. How long have I known her? Literally today marks exactly a month since she messaged me for the first time. The energy is giving very much like when you know, you know. Does she see my body? Does she know about my size? Yes, we FaceTime a lot. And normally like when I FaceTime in the past with like partners, I like show the ceiling. I'm very much like this coded, like MySpace angles. But with her, I'm super comfortable. And I'm like, this is me. Like I've shown her my legs, my body, my just everything. Okay, so something's happening. I'm feeling the nerves. The nerves are officially kicking in. She lands in like 10 minutes. I'm just genuinely so happy. I know I'm crying, but it's just like I'm sad that she had to leave. But it's not the end. Things are about to change.
While Amberlynn was living her delusional life, she posted a clip of her and Tommy, and of course, people figured out who she was in 0.5 seconds.
Yeah.
Tommy was in a relationship with her ex-fiance, who just died 2 months before Tommy messaged Amberlynn. The woman was morbidly obese, weighed over 1,000 pounds, and bedbound while being with Tommy. However, she wasn't just in a relationship with an obese woman. These two were on a feeder fetish website, as a couple sharing their journey and fetishes with the people on the website. When Colin, Tommy's ex, was in a nursing home and immobile for being 900 pounds, Tommy was updating people on her health conditions.
There are so many rumors being made up about her, things that are just like wild. So the first thing is, no, she is not a feeder. People think that she's a feeder, and she's definitely not that. Like, yes, she has a specific type, but I'm letting you guys know that like every single person that I've been in a relationship with, everyone that you guys have known, they said that they prefer girls my size. She is not a feeder. I would never in a million years be in a relationship with one.
After being exposed for being a feeder, they staged the first fake breakup.
Yeah.
Because of this, me and now my ex, we are not together anymore, and this has left her like debilitated. Like literally, like her mental health has gone down so much. But all of these people who act like they care about me and they're worried about me, like, you guys have never wanted to see me happy. There are so many of you who love to see me miserable.
Tommy showed us how she moves from the beginning. After this staged breakup, she was talking to random people on Instagram and answering questions about her and Amberlynn's relationship. She would confess that she wasn't looking for anything serious, and she was saying that Amberlynn was love bombing her, and how the reaction channels have valid points for criticizing her. Tommy and Amberlynn started posting together again, and we found out that they actually didn't break up. And Amberlynn's best friend, Alexis, posted that she is no longer friends with Amberlynn, and it is because of her relationship with Tommy. She said that Tommy was really harmful for Amberlynn, and their relationship was toxic. She said that Tommy was controlling and manipulative. Another shocking allegation came out about Tommy. People found out that she was in another toxic relationship with a woman named Megan, where Megan trapped Tommy in a basement using a weapon. Megan's ex went to a reaction channel to give some information about this case. Megan was married, but ended the relationship to date and live with Emily. The person claimed that Emily made Megan sleep in the basement, walk around the house naked, and pushed her to eat crap food and ignore her diabetes. There was also the allegation that Emily filmed Megan while naked when they were arguing. After an unknown length of time of this happening, there was the incident where Megan somehow trapped Emily in the garage at the house. The charges also included a weapon, but that charge seems to have been dismissed.
This kind of victim shaming is not only misleading, it's downright disgusting. It wasn't a simple incident in a garage. As you can see from the charges listed about Tommy's ex, there was a weapon involved. A weapon. Please just think about that for a minute. With multiple ways to escape a garage, Tommy couldn't. Think about why. The truth is that her abuser was charged with felony charges for their actions, and Tommy has spent years working on healing and working through trauma her ex caused. A lot of people are saying that Tommy must have provoked her into holding her hostage with a weapon for hours. If that were true, Tommy's ex would not have been convicted. Provoking someone or self-defense, it would not have gotten her ex convicted for the millionth time, period. It's incredibly hurtful to see the narrative twisted in this way, and I feel compelled to speak out because no one should ever be made to feel like they are the perpetrator when they're the victim. I stand by Tommy because I know the full story, and I've known the full story the whole time. And in this moment, I wish more than anything I'd talk to your ex, Megan. Megan, if you are watching this or if someone knows Megan, have her talk to me. I would do anything to talk to you. Because at this point, I don't know.
Then Tommy was on Instagram telling people that they broke up, and Amberlynn was threatening to ruin her life.
Did we break up? Yes, we did. Anna, we broke up because the hate is too much for her. The rumors are too much, which I get it. And I'm not gonna lie, like I tried to explain that to her before I even like revealed her. You know, I was like, I get what I hate,
I couldn't get it.
I just didn't explain like the depth of it because I hadn't shown like a person I was in a relationship with for like years. And I'm telling you, if I was capable of walking away from YouTube, then like literally I would.
From this point forward, Amberlynn was acting like she was single, all while she was still with Tommy. There would be rumors, her and there, that they were still together, but most people were thinking that they were not together, especially since Tommy was often going on Instagram and writing shady stuff about Amberlynn. On July 12th, the Famous Farms exposed Tommy's secret Reddit account, and the stuff she was saying about her girlfriend was very interesting.
What'd you want?
So Tommy was on 6 different subreddits about Amberlynn, and she was commenting on posts either trash-talking Amberlynn or defending herself like a psycho. Spreading rumors or leaking information about yourself on your girlfriend's subreddits is so weird. When someone was calling Tommy a liar, she was defending herself and calling out Amberlynn for keeping Tommy's secret as a feeder, LOL. One of the craziest comments Tommy has ever made about Amberlynn is now famous Pocahontas. And she said this comment in a post about Amberlynn's hair thinning and her cancer journey. When talking about Colleen, Tommy said that she was 100% jealous of her. I wouldn't be surprised if she did something to the photos in Emily's house during a tantrum. Keeping up with the Dordashian is the other funny thing she said, but it becomes less funny when you realize that she is a feeder, and making fat jokes is even weirder, because are you confused or what, Goral?
So Tommy would go into these online tantrums about Amberlynn every so often.
And it was during this time that it was leaked to the reaction channels that Amberlynn had gotten a new cat to replace Rarity. We later found out, according to Amberlynn, that Tommy told a girl and she told the reaction channel. When all of this was leaked to the forums, Amberlynn posted a community post saying how these rumors were all lies and she will not focus on hate. Of course, this was not true, and she went live in her members only live, and she titled it, "This is Goodbye." The drama was dying down a bit as Amberlynn started to ignore it in her chat, but then she decided to do public lives, and in one of them, the cat that she said was just a rumor, Romeo made a surprise appearance in her video.
I have to be forced into like saying things that I don't want to say. Oh my god, my face is swollen from crying. Fun. His name is Romeo, and I had to go find him. He was playing with Wasabi. I'm gonna start crying. Now I get it. Wasabi's happy and plays with Romeo, and they cuddle, and it's just so fun to see them like playing together, and like it's like brought out something in Wasabi, it brought out something in Twinkie, brought out something in me.
Meanwhile, Tommy posted a shady picture on her Instagram saying, "With how hot it is lately, it's wild to think snowflakes will be back before we know it." And she was referring to her chat with Mr. Snowflake about her side of the story and being in a relationship with Amberlynn. After seeing this, Amberlynn went live, and the title was, "We have been in a relationship this whole time." This was the beginning of the crash outs and the fight between Tommy and Amberlynn.
I just got a text saying I wouldn't say too much if I were you. Being threatened, as I have been. And then I get another text, I have video proof of you being terrible to me. Yes, a video proof of me reacting to your betrayal, me unmedicated with BPD, correct.
It's your fault.
We have been together this whole time. This whole fucking time. She had a whole fucking Reddit where she made fun of my body. My girlfriend, behind my back, was calling me Pocahontas.
Now
I have never been with someone.
She's still with this girl now. And they had an abusive... Hi, Anna. Right? How are you, sweetheart? She's with this girl now and knows she's a feeder, everything like that. She's trying to lie and say that, oh no, she wants me to lose weight, when Emily literally broke up with her because she got on Ozempic. So she stopped. Because she's literally she's killing herself. That bottom line, that's what she's doing.
So vindictive and like genuinely like scary in my life, and I feel afraid to say anything. I've been afraid to say anything this whole time. I just got a text from her saying, "I'm going to release a video that to prove how you are." I'm literally half naked in that video, so please don't. I would appreciate that. That was me in a BPD meltdown. I'm literally half naked. I'm actually officially done with Emily. I am fucking done.
Tommy was telling a very different story from Amberlynn. Tommy accused Amberlynn of physical and emotional abuse. And Amberlynn was saying the same thing about Tommy.
So we were in her room when this argument was happening. Like, because it started in the truck, it went into the kitchen, then it went up into the room, and she was trying to like go into the bathroom to like hide. And it's like, I'm the sort of person, I want to like talk about it now. So I was following her also into the bathroom. I have a bad habit of like following, saying, don't leave the room, we need to talk about this. Like, that's a very bad part of me that I will say. And I'm 100% accountable in that. When I went to go walk into the bathroom, she kicked me. She's tall. She's taller than I am. She's like 5'7". She kicks me really hard in my stomach. Really hard.
It was the first time she got physical with me. I was going to leave the room. She then grabbed my arm and dug her nails into my arm.
She did that to Casey,
I kept pushing past her to get through the doorway, and she pushed back into me and actually falling on top of me.
So when I tripped over the rug and then I landed into her and she was falling, I went to grab her. It didn't work out very well. She still landed on the floor. And then she started like hysterically, how come you pushed me? I'm like, what is actually happening? So she like, I don't know. It was this whole fucking thing. I was like, this cannot be real right now. This genuinely cannot. Like, I have never been so gaslit into thinking that the sky was actually the ground and the ground was actually the sky.
This is her arm. This is her arm. Okay. Keep in mind she's wearing a maroon shirt. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? She faked nail marks days later. Did you guys hear me say that was from November 17th?
We was sitting on the couch one time, again, during one of our arguments, and she wanted me to leave and she wanted me to stop crying. And she was like laying on the couch and I was like sitting like on the end of it. She literally kicked me off the couch and I landed on the floor and I had to have her help me get up. But I'm telling you, in that moment, like, oh, I saw her smirk.
The worst of the tantrums was actually the night before Rarity went missing. She saw me scrolling through my phone and there was women on my Instagram feed. She flipped out and said I was micro-cheating.
She saw this woman on my Instagram feed. She won't even admit to the Tumblr. She let me go through her phone. She didn't know that I could go to her screen time and see the apps that she was on. She was on Tumblr looking at naked women bigger than me. And the picture that is so engraved in my brain that made my whole soul leave my body was this woman on an oxygen tank in a hospital bed. And then in that same moment, I find her on Phoebe.
But I ended up going to the little message part and I saw that literally while we were in a relationship, like a month after we started dating, she messaged some girl saying that she was sexy. That was fun. But she messaged this masked lesbian and said, oh, I know how rare it is to be a masked lesbian that's a feeder because so am I. And that is when I found out the truth while in Wisconsin. Amber expected me to constantly be available. I will say, I was a little like that. I can take accountability there. If I didn't text or call during my breaks or if I wasn't giving her attention constantly, she'd get upset or start a fight. That's due to my trauma. I will say that probably did happen. We get into arguments and she just wouldn't let anything go. That is fucking you. And I told my mom exactly the way that you made me feel. And you know what she told me? Amberlynn, that's exactly how I felt with your dad. To the point where I started going into the other room just to sleep.
Why are you with her now?
For a shift. That happened one time. And it's when everything hit the fan. And I followed you in there with my BPD meltdown, my tantrum. And I'm able to admit that. My pain
get help for it.
What you did. And in this moment,
people get pissed at you about that, Amberlynn. You keep claiming that you were diagnosed with BPD, which we all know that you actually weren't. Okay. And you say you were diagnosed with it, and then you don't go get any help for it. It's because you were never diagnosed with it. Okay. Automatically, any psychiatrist or psychologist is going to tell you, you have BPD, and this is the therapy that you need for it, which is like DBT therapy or something like that, because I've been diagnosed with it and that's the therapy that I'm doing. So instead of using it as an excuse all the time, you should be going to get some fucking help.
I wish more than anything.
You can't sit there and abuse somebody and then go, oh, I was having a BPD meltdown. Shut the fuck up.
I think I could talk to your ex, Megan. Megan, if you were watching this or if someone knows Megan, have her talk to me. I would do anything to talk to you. Because at this point,
hi, Roscoe. Hi, Gary.
At this point, I don't know. I would do anything just to speak to you personally. I will never share anything, but I need someone who understands because this is fucking crazy. Emily would push and push and push Megan until Megan would react the same way I did. When I first saw this video, this was before any like betrayals or anything like that. And I was like looking, and I'm like, damn, this Megan girl, like, what the hell? What's her problem? And then I understood. And then I saw myself in Megan. Would I ever hold someone at gunpoint? Fuck no, that's crazy. That's crazy. But I'm saying when Emily recorded Megan and I first saw that video, I saw Megan as one way. And then when I finally understood, I saw myself in Megan and I was like, fuck, I have a lot of empathy for Emily. I have a lot of sympathy. I have a lot of love. But what you guys got to experience today was absolute BPD rage. And I said things that were crazy that I didn't even remember me saying. If she asked you back, would you get back together? I don't know.
Back.
And I know people are really like kind of against Rachel right now, but I'm going to put her on because she did have some great points to go over. Just how she got this information was a little bit weird.
Hi, I'm a lesbian, or at least I think I'm a lesbian. Yes. But I'm the biggest, let's be real. This is just to prove
Oh no, it was Rachel reacts. Sorry, guys.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all
Hello and welcome back. As you all know, Amberlynn Reid went live in these 2 live streams here just a couple of days ago. In these lives, she appealed to the ultimate source of truth, her journal, and doubled down further on her allegations of DV against her ex Emily, and further lied about her cat Rarity by giving us a third Rarity going missing story. Amber claims she faced all different kinds of bad treatment by her ex Emily. If you want to see my critical analysis of the journal entries and all of that, you can go and watch this video here. In that video, I use Amber's own words and proof from her own YouTube channel to show once again that she is an absolute liar and that her storylines cannot be trusted and that she owes her audience better. I picked out lies and inconsistencies in those live streams using proof that we had all already seen. In this video, I'm going to use new, never before seen physical proof to strengthen the argument and give some context. I've said this before, but the reason that this matters and the reason that I keep doing it is because Amber has got on her public platform and lied about many, many, many people and displayed awful abusive behavior over and over and over again, and frankly it just can't carry on. So that's why I'm making this. It's important, if her lies can be proven, that they should be. So that's what we're going to do. If you've seen those live streams, you'll know that Amber goes on to show texts on her phone. Amber uses these texts to try and prove that she is the victim of verbal abuse which she faced from her ex Emily, who she claims said awful things to her and hurt her and threatened her. Amber so strongly insisting that she was threatened by Emily is quite funny, because there's actually loads and loads of proof that she's the one who threatened Emily. You'll see more evidence of that in this video, and making threats is kind of what
What's your day going
does,
at,
whether it's
Edna?
to her exes, her current partners, or reaction channels.
And Jordy's lucky that I'm a lazy fucking bitch, or his ass would have been sued forever ago. You're lucky I'm
Sued
lazy
for
because I
what?
got the money.
Reacting to your videos?
I got the lawyer, but I'm lazy.
As usual in this live stream, Amber ignores and
Actually, Jordy could sue you for looking up his information and being stalker-like. You can't sue somebody because they have a reaction channel to your videos, honey. Gosh.
That's around what people actually care about, which is her cat Rarity, in favor of saying that Emily called her a cat. You'll notice throughout this live that Amber neglects to properly address the far more serious allegations that she made of actual DV, and you'll notice her repeated lies about her Rarity story and the alleged animal abuse. She instead focuses on a woe is me narrative where her ex-girlfriend called her a cunt. You'll also notice that Amber neglects not only her pets, more evidence of which is shown in this video when her little dog Twinkie gets up on her lap and you can see Twinkie's claws, and they are literally grown round in a curve, and it's just like, oh my fucking god, Amber, walk your dog or give her away. Take her to the groomers. You cannot leave a dog like that. It is so cruel. But Amber also neglects to provide any context for the messages which she shows in this live stream. Instead, Amber claims that she is the innocent victim who was verbally attacked out of nowhere. She did nothing to provoke this treatment and is, of course, the ultimate victim.
Guys, y'all are always saying that we should always support the victim without proof, but when it comes to Amberlynn, all of y'all switch up like, bro, really, I'm team Amberlynn for real. Fucking thank you, Blossoms. Thank you. And that's exactly what I always say. It's always believe the victim, but never when it comes to me. I am the fucking victim in this. This time I am, you guys. I'm sorry to fucking break it to you. This time I fucking am.
Now note that in the clip you just heard, in saying that, she admits that she in fact was not the victim in her previous relationships. And this slip is in itself a massive win for Casey and Beck and Destiny and Crystal and maybe even Jade, all her exes who she is accused of abuse. And it's also worth saying here that in this live, Amber gets really angry and she hits down on the table as she's saying this.
I'm sorry to fucking break it to you.
Which would undoubtedly scare her pets, I think. And it really doesn't help the allegations that she gets physical when she's angry. She whacks the table. So Amber says this about one of the interactions that occur between herself and Emily in these text messages.
She just always like said the most foul things to me, just like out of nowhere.
Amber also claims that Emily would just randomly start doing low blows for absolutely no reason.
I was smiling, things were fine, I was super bubbly and engaging and laughing, and then she just kept doing low blows and low digs at me. I let it go at first, the first couple of times, but then it just bothered me. Oh, she randomly got rude out of nowhere, so obviously I started crying because it's like everything is just like built up, and then she started doing low blows. They literally always come out of nowhere. I have done nothing to her. She is lashing out of nowhere and being insane. I don't get it. Being so horrible to me for no reason. It honestly always comes out of nowhere.
Amber is trying to say that nothing is ever her fault. Everybody else is lying. Everybody else is not thinking or believing a false narrative or trying to hurt her or just enjoy her pain and make her lonely. She was called names. So whatever she did, of course, was completely not relevant. I think it's pretty evident now that I have been speaking to Emily again, and I have some very interesting things to show you in this video. It's important to state here, this video is not intended as a defense of Emily's character. This video is to show proof that Amberlynn has been telling lies about Emily on her public platform. In this video, I'm going to show you over 60 screenshots, which not only give the context which Amberlynn so conspicuously left out in her live stream, but this video will also serve as proof to Amber that no matter how many people she threatens with legal action, no matter how angry Amber gets, she cannot publicly lie about people, monetize that content, and then get away with it. The first thing I'm going to show you is this voice note from Emily. I was sent this way back when Emily and I first spoke. I asked Emily many questions. She described it as me putting my boot to her neck. But whilst I was doing this, one of the main things I wanted to know was about rarity. That's what I was really interested in. And if you've seen this video that I made, in that video, I talk about how I had this theory that Emily couldn't have been the one to leave the back door open because Amber would have followed her out of the house, right? Those of you who've been keeping up with my takes on this situation will know that I was absolutely certain that Amber had followed Emily out of the house. And it turned out when I asked Emily, according to her, that was absolutely true. It's my opinion that Amber wants us all to completely ignore and what she did to Emily and the fact that she's lied about Emily kicking her and various other things because Emily called Amber some names. In this live stream here, Amber shows some little snips of text messages. She cherry picks which text she wants to show. She searches by keyword, and she does this for 20 whole minutes, just searching through her phone and showing random messages where Emily did indeed call her.
Everybody's sick, honey.
As these two comments show, she neglects to include any context. This person says, I am doing this, but gives us no context. How about she releases full conversations like M, then we would really call them receipts. Well, unlike Amber, Emily doesn't seem to be afraid to own the things that she said, and she has in fact sent me many varied messages which provide the much needed context, and I think you'll find them very illuminating. So Amber starts by reading out this message.
You wake me up out of dead sleep when I'm sick to be in a fucking to me, which I wasn't, but there it is right there.
Now, when you look at this screen grab, you can see that it shows iMessage, and the iMessages are popping up with no context after being searched for by keyword. And if you look at this, you can see there's multiple different messages there from different people. Here is a screenshot from my own phone, which shows it a little bit better. So if you search for a certain word in iMessage or texts, it pulls up every time that word has been used. So Amber's obviously searched for the C word or whatever other word, and now she's just showing the individual messages where that word has been used. Any message taken out of context can sound super bad, and don't get me wrong, it is absolutely wrong to call your partner an evil or anything like that, but the context does matter, and in this situation it really matters. So you can see in this screenshot, Emily writes, and this is the one Amber reads out, you wake me up out of a dead sleep when I'm sick to be a fucking cunt to me. Now, Emily was kind enough to send me this conversation, and I think you'll find it quite interesting. It might seem a little bit random at first, but just let me cook because we're getting somewhere, I promise. So Emily and Amber are messaging each other on the 1st of March 2025. I don't know the exact context, but it looks like that Amber has discovered something that Emily has been saying about her online, and Emily definitely did do that. She went on Reddit in various places and said stuff about Amber. So the conversation starts with Emily saying, I don't trust you, not one bit. Amber then says, everyone is right, ? Which makes it sound to me like Emily has said something like, all the nasty stuff people say about you is right. And then Amber's gone, everyone is right. That's how that reads to me. Now, this isn't a very nice thing for Emily to have said. If she did say something like that, you know, all the nasty things people say about you are true. That's not a very nice thing to say.
Right.
In the case of Amberlynn Reid, quite a lot of the things that people say about her are true.
Right.
So I don't really know what to tell you about that one. Amber says, I've never given you a reason not to trust me. You are ignoring all my pain just to validate your awful behavior, and it's not okay. And this is one of the central issues with Amberlynn Reid. She thinks that her pain is other people's problem. We've seen clips of her suggesting that the behavior that she displays while she's in pain just doesn't matter.
I don't care what I did while hurting. I don't care. My pain turned me into a monster because of what you did.
She thinks that herself feeling pain is a green light to behave however she wants. She then says, I'm still going live tonight. I really hope we can fix this before I do. Now this, to me, kind of does sound like a threat. Amber's saying, I'm going live, so I hope you and me sort this out before I go live. And that makes me think, well, why? Is Amber threatening that something will happen in the live that will affect Emily? That kind of does sound like a threat. And Emily says, or what? Is that a threat? And Amber says, all I did was come to you with a concern. No, it's not a fucking threat, Emily. Oh my God, why are you so rude to me? And then you see, this is where we get this message from Emily, the one which Amber popped up on her search. It says, you wake me out of a dead sleep when I'm sick to be a fucking to me. Now, you might be asking yourself, how can this even have happened? How did Amber wake Emily up when they weren't even in the same place? Well, the answer is, of course, FaceTime. It looks from these messages and other messages, which I'll go on to show later, like Emily and Amber would regularly be on FaceTime all the time, so often without saying anything to each other, and they would sometimes fall asleep while they were on FaceTime. Emily claims that Amber would insist on being on FaceTime with her all the time. And you don't have to take Emily's word for it, because if we pause these blue screenshots and pop over to the green screenshots, which will come into this video a little bit later, I will cover them in their entirety and show you the context and everything shortly, but I'm just going to pop over to them for a second to give you a little bit of FaceTime context. So if we look at screenshots screen 17 and 18, I believe it is, which are from June 2025, so after the blue screenshots, after the May argument, you can see that it looks like Amber did insist on being on FaceTime all the time. These won't make a huge amount of sense at first, but we'll get there. It will all make sense. But you can see Amber says, we were on FaceTime for hours, not saying anything. I don't want to be with you anymore. You treat me badly.
Amberlynn loves to sit on FaceTime and be very controlling to her girlfriends, which is a whole nother issue within itself. She's very controlling, and she does admit that. She does.
Says, because you insist on being
I'll
on
give her
FaceTime
that.
when I need to get things done or take time for myself. Amber says, I never insist on being on FaceTime. Emily says, you do whatever you want. That's very interesting. I let you do whatever you want, suggesting that she feels she has the
What do you
authority
want?
to allow her partner to do things or not do things, which is very interesting. Then Amber says, I always have something to talk about. You just don't listen out, maybe. Amber says, and then I have to repeat myself over and over. And Emily says, because I have shit to do, Amberlynn. I don't sit around watching YouTube all day. I have
Hi, Baba. Was it good boy? You was a good boy. Baba, tell everybody you was a good boy. Tell him. You was a good boy. He was a good boy. He went potty. He had to come tell me he's a good boy. Come here. Good boy, Bubba's. You mama baby. You good boy. Gotta get scratchies. Sorry, guys.
Fucking true. And I will go on to show you all of those screenshots, but I've just put them there for a second to give you the idea and kind of show
about
you
Amberlynn
the
now.
proof that Amber did insist on being on FaceTime with Emily all the time, which is why, with that context in mind, if we go back to the blue screenshots, this helps us understand why in this screenshot here, she might be annoyed with Amber. She might be annoyed historically. And quite a lot of this, which you'll realize, is a build-up of stuff that Amber has done over a long
You wanna
period.
go out there?
And Amber doesn't understand that just because something gets squashed or ignored once,
We'll go back
it
down
doesn't
here?
mean that it's actually over. People can hold on to feelings and things that have happened to them sometimes, and I think sometimes, often, that's valid. So when Emily says, you wake me up out of a dead sleep when I'm sick to be a fucking cunt to me, you know that she was on FaceTime when she didn't even really want to be, okay? That's relevant. Let's keep reading. Amber says, I didn't know you were sleeping. Telling you that I'm hurting because of something you said online isn't being a cunt. Now, I don't know what Emily said online. I know Emily did say harmful and upsetting things about Amber online. That doesn't mean that it's okay for Amber to do anything. She's still responsible for her actions, as everybody keeps on saying. And Emily says, you knew damn well that I was sleeping and you screamed my fucking name. Amber says, I thought your phone was on low like it was last night, which suggests that they regularly fall asleep on FaceTime. And this message from Emily makes it sound like Amber has shouted into her own phone so that the phone next to Emily, where she's sleeping, will make a loud noise and wake Emily up. And it sounds like that's why Emily's pissed off. Emily says Amber knew she was sleeping. Amber says that she didn't know. I don't know if she knew. She probably did, because if someone's asleep on FaceTime, you would know because the phone wouldn't be facing them. They wouldn't be speaking. I don't know. But this is an interesting message from Amber. I didn't know you were sleeping because you told me not to sleep on the phone. But I'm confused why they were even on the phone. If you're not speaking,
right.
I mean, I understand people sometimes just cohabit on, on FaceTime and sit their person there to hang out with, sure. But it's very clear, and it becomes clearer later in other screenshots, that Emily doesn't want to be on FaceTime all the time. And you can see in the screenshots I slipped in, the green ones, that Emily says she's got stuff to do all day. She can't just sit around watching YouTube. And it sounds to me like she holds some serious resentment towards Amber. That
it's about Amberlynn reading just her lies and stuff.
So I thought this
Hi, Storage, how are you doing, honey? Current girlfriend.
The fact that this is even possible
when they crashed out and had
nobody should be forced to have somebody on FaceTime when they don't want to. And Amber has actually corroborated in one of her recent lives that she and Emily would be on FaceTime all the time. And she says something like, oh, at least now I don't have to be on FaceTime all the time.
I felt good because We didn't have to constantly be on FaceTime.
But it's clear from these messages and messages which we'll get to in the future that Amber is the one who insists on the two of them being on FaceTime, which makes fucking sense if we're honest, doesn't it? Now, the fact that Amber has shouted down the phone to wake Emily up because she's annoyed at her for saying something about her online is out of order. I also think that calling your partner a fucking cunt is out of order. I don't personally justify calling your partner a cunt in any situation. However, we'll go on to see, and you guys already know because you know what kind of house guest Amber is, Emily was probably at her limit of putting up with Amber's shit. So I can kind of understand why she might have been annoyed with her, and I think you probably all can as well. And I don't know what Amber said. I don't know how she said it. It's possible she was really polite and kind and gently spoken. She may have said, oh, Emily dear, like, can I just run this thing by you? But I doubt it. We know Amber's a shouter. She gets loud. She said it herself.
I will say that I'm a yeller. I won't say anything like that, but I yell. Whatever point that I need to make, I go up like 5 octaves, if that makes sense. That's my downfall, I will say. I get loud. She would stonewall me so hard, which then would trigger me even harder, and I would flip 100%. Like I said, I go up octaves. I get loud. I cry a lot, and it's just how it would go.
And we know that she thinks her feelings are everybody else's problem. And we know about all of the abuse that she dishes out when she thinks that people don't care about how she feels. And she thinks that what she does when she's in pain doesn't matter. That clip that I just played, which you've seen a few times, really puts this message into perspective. If Amber has screamed at Emily down the phone to wake her up while she was asleep, then that does make Amber a little bit of a cunt. I'm not going to lie. Anyway, Emily then has this final line. She says, I should have never unblocked you when you had that fake health scare, when you had COVID and you were perfectly fucking fine. Now, that message is very interesting. It confirms 2 things for us. It confirms that Emily thinks that that whole COVID arc, I don't know if you guys remember that, there was a COVID arc on Amber's channel. It shows that that theory that we've all had, that Amber has fake health scares to try and get her partners back or to get attention. It sounds like Emily thinks that too, which is very interesting. And it shows that they had broken up and Emily did have her blocked at one point, but that Amber somehow managed to draw her back in. And Emily claims Amber would draw her back in with claiming she was ill, going to the hospital like she did recently when Emily did her first video with me. But also, and this is very interesting, Emily claims that Amber would say that the pets were having problems, health issues and such, which would also draw Emily back in, which I also thought was very interesting. You'll see proof of Amber mentioning taking one of the pets to the vet in a little bit as well. So there you go. There is the context for that message where Emily says, you woke me up out of the dead of sleep to be a fucking cunt to me. So now you know what was going on there. Emily claims that Amber would never give her space and that she would get angry with her when she wanted space. I think this sounds very likely. There's a very long history of exes saying this about Amber. And I think if Amber tries to deny that, then it's definitely provable. So I'll just put that out there. But Emily also sent me this screenshot from October 19th, where I believe they're in Wisconsin together. Yeah, they definitely are. And Amber says, missing you, baby, but I want you to know that I'm fully aware you need to unwind sometimes. I'm learning, I really am. This is October 19th, okay? Now this is interesting. Emily says, okay, I was really sad you were so mad at me yesterday. I was just anxious about work and sometimes I need to zone out, you know? Amber says, I understand, baby, I'm sorry. So that's Amber apologizing to Emily. Amber keeps saying in all her lives that she's forced to say sorry when she doesn't mean it. But it sounds to me like that is something she should say sorry for. You should not be making your partner feel like they cannot have any downtime. And that is definitely what Amber did to Emily. Amber claims she's learning. She definitely didn't learn. She carried on doing this to Emily the whole time she was in Wisconsin. And just like Emily says in the voice note that I've shown, and this is proof of it, this screenshot, Amber did not leave Emily alone. She wanted all of her time. I'm sorry. There's also more proof of that coming in this video. But this just gives you an idea of the kind of shit that Emily was putting up with while she was with Amber. And people say, oh, they're as bad as each other. I don't think that that is true. I really don't. I've seen a lot of messages. I've seen a lot of stuff, and I haven't seen Emily do really anything to Amber apart from not fucking accept her bullshit, which Amber has then twisted to try and make it sound like it's Emily being abusive when it doesn't seem like it is. It seems like it's Emily saying, no, you can't fucking treat me like that, which is something that other exes didn't do to Amber. So she just got away with it. And like we all know, whenever Amber gets called out, she claims abuse and bad treatment. She said that Zachary Michael verbally abused her.
So I've received a lot of mixed feelings. And if you guys thought that I was not going to see the clip of someone actually like verbally abusing me, then y'all thought wrong. I did watch it.
She doesn't know what these words actually mean. You've all seen the classic Rain and Petals eavesdrop video. Amber will use any word she likes whenever she likes. She doesn't care what they mean. She just wants to be the victim. Amber is a fucking menace when it comes to bothering people with her emotions and her feelings and thinking that her feelings are somebody else's problem and not giving them any space and constantly calling and texting. Emily couldn't even have a cigarette without Amber giving her trouble. Amber is awful, okay? I promise you, she is awful. If I try to pull up every single clip from Amber's live where she shows these messages and I try to give context for every single one of them, I would be here all night. But I am going to give a bit more context for a few more of these messages. And also the context I give for 1 or 2 of them will give you context for the entirety of the relationship, if that makes sense. I think it does anyway. So another place where I can do this is in this live, Amber reads out this message where Emily accuses Amber of cheating on her. Emily didn't bother sending me these screenshots because you can see the whole conversation. This is the one conversation where Amber actually holds the phone up and scrolls. So you can read the messages. So you know what everybody says. This is the clip here.
This was June 28th, 2025.
That's my
I know
mom's
you're cheating on
birthday.
me, bitch. Like, just going crazy on me. Saying things like, how am I being awful by confronting on you and catching you in a lie? Sorry you got caught. Telling me that I am cheating.
I think so. I think that's what it is.
And just hounding me for literally weeks.
She acts like a victim so much that I think that they feel like they have to in a way. Like that's what Beck said, one of her exes, that they just eventually felt like just a caretaker for Amberlynn. And I really think that that's why she like insists on having a girlfriend, and now she's with a feeder. And like I showed you guys, the last girlfriend was only 2 months prior, who's Emily claimed was the love of her life, died from complications with obesity. That's what it says on her death certificate. Okay. And 2 months later, Tommy finds Amberlynn and is now trying to do the same thing. Amberlynn claims she's only 527 pounds. I don't know how that came up because she looks well over the highest weight that she had, which was 572.4. And I'm not trying to hate on her for being a big girl. All I'm saying is she's got to do something soon or she's going to pass away within the next 5 to 7 years. I guarantee it. And it's horrible to say, but I don't want to see that. I just worry about her. You know what I mean? It's like I worry, but at the same time, I want to slap her for all the shit she's done and how horrible she's been, you know?
Notice in this clip, Amber says this. She says, she always said the most really interesting to me. Amber shows the top of this message chain and she claims that this came from Emily out of nowhere, that Emily accused her of cheating with no basis in fact at all. I have to caveat this by saying this.
Thanks for being my mom.
I'm just giving you someone's side of the story. So Emily claims that she was suspicious and she was speaking with Danielle, who is somebody that Amber used to speak to, or what she currently still speaks to as far as I understand it. Amber says that she spoke to Danielle and she found out that Amber had still been flirting with Danielle in the DMs. Apparently she blocked her on Facebook, which you can see in the screenshots that Amber shows, but the two had been flirting on Instagram. Amber had been sending Danielle voice notes. So according to Emily, she discovered this, and this is why she said what she said to Amber. It was not out of the blue at all. And I'll be honest, when I saw this message, you're cheating on me, bitch, it really raised my hackles. I was watching Amber's live and I was like, oh God, that is not good at all. I know that accusing your partner of cheating can be a massive part of abusing them. So whenever I hear someone accuse their partner of cheating,
who would
Amberlynn
cheat with?
Can be used by
So for real.
But according to Emily, she claims that she had cause for saying this. She claims that she saw proof that Amber was flirting with another person in her DMs. I don't know for 100% fact, because I haven't seen proof, if this is definitely true. But what I do know is that Amber gives absolutely no context. So Amber says she's a pure, sweet, innocent victim, and Emily randomly out of nowhere, with no impetus at all, just suddenly starts accusing her of cheating. Now that's not very believable. Emily is the only person who's actually given us a version of events which could be true. I don't know. All I'm saying is, Amber, if that's not true, then tell us why that happened. I don't know what happened, but I know that this is the context that I've got because Amber's given none. We can look at the text that Amber shares. So here's one here. You can see at the top, Emily has said, how do you not remember? Convenience. Now that's interesting. What's Emily asked? Amber hasn't shown that bit, right? But clearly Emily's asked Amber something and Amber's gone, I don't remember.
Again, you
Well,
guys, I'm so sorry.
Clearly there's some question Emily wants answered and Amber is alleging that she can't remember. We've seen Amber say she doesn't remember things when she doesn't want to take accountability in the past. So I actually wouldn't be surprised if Amber did fucking cheat on Emily. And that's why she's saying that she can't remember whatever this was. And then Amber goes all caps. Now later in some other screenshots, and I think some I've shown you already, when Amber is pushed and she's really angry, she rages back in all caps. And that's what she's done here. I told you I blocked her number and that's why she reached out to me on Instagram, even though we don't talk on there. Emily says, interesting, because I'm talking to her right now, which again corroborates Emily's story. Amber says, okay. Emily says, and you're not being honest with me. Amber says, yes, I am. Wow, you're going to believe Danielle over me. Ha 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 ha, dude, I'm done. Then Emily says, I just caught you lying with proof. And according to Emily, Danielle sent her proof. So it's not sounding like Emily is the crazy one. It's sounding like she's seen something and Amber is gaslighting her and saying that it doesn't exist. Emily says, I'm sure you're sick of being busted. Sorry, it's upsetting to you, ? Which is really funny because that is the perfect example of what Amber has done this whole time. She gets busted, she can't stand being accused of what she's done, and she gets angry and rages. Amber does, for once, show sufficient proof of the actual conversation here and gives a little bit more detail on the fact that she was accused of cheating. But when we delve in a little bit deeper, it sounds like there's more going on there than Amber admits to, and I just think that's interesting. By Amber's own definition, messaging another person is cheating. And you'll see, again, I keep saying this, but we'll get into it, Amber does say that messaging another person is harmful and upsetting to her in future messages, which you're going to see. So Amber considers texting cheating, and we know that she was extremely insecure about Emily cheating on her, more proof of which you'll see in a minute. Just going to have to trust me for now. So Emily says that by Amber's own standards, Amber did cheat on her, which is why she accuses her of cheating. Emily also told me a very interesting story about a friend of hers from Tennessee. First of all, listen to this clip here.
I went through her phone with her permission because I caught her talking to an ex. It was a girl that she said that she literally blocked. Turns out she didn't. Called some girl super cute and all this bullshit a night before we met in person, even though we were actually dating. She was messaging some weirdo on WhatsApp called Emma. Don't know fully what that was about. I still don't get it. And she's not honest about anything. She also messaged this girl that she hooked up with in Tennessee literally a week before we got together behind my back, and I ended up calling her and everything.
You'll notice, of course, in her live, Amber gives no context. She just says, I ended up calling her. Well, according to Emily, there was some, can't remember what it was now, some natural disaster of some sort in Tennessee. And so Emily texted this friend and was like, hope you're okay, hope your family are okay. The two of them had slept together in the past, so they had a history of having a relationship. Apparently, Amber saw this in Emily's phone, got really, really angry and called Emily's Tennessee friend and threatened her and said, do not ever speak to Emily again, and then blocked her on Emily's phone. This is hearsay, but it's kind of not actually, because Amber said she spoke to her as well. So Emily's just providing the context of that conversation. I just thought I'd tell you that, but also notice as well, the Tennessee friend story in this video comes directly after the kicking thing. So everyone was laughing at Amber in the chat and saying, what the hell, it's been 10 minutes, why can't you talk about the kick? Amber gives that one little sentence where she describes the kick, and then she immediately thereafter starts talking about the Tennessee friend. Now, I think that this attempt to accuse Emily of cheating was a deflection to distract from the kick and the fact that it had been a very embarrassing 10 minutes for Amber there. So that's the cheating texts and the FaceTime sleeping texts and a little bit of the Rarity story covered, but it ain't over yet. Let's get now into some of these longer screenshot threads. Now, these help a lot to give context and clear up more instances of Amber calling Emily an evil cunt. I mean, Emily calling Amber an evil cunt. Again, I'm not excusing verbal abuse. If you're dating somebody who calls you a cunt, it's time to break up. So I've shown you a couple of screenshots earlier in these videos, the green ones, and those were to give you context about the FaceTime, but it's in this conversation in which we get the context for Emily calling Amber an evil cunt.
Do not talking to me ever again, you evil cunt. There it is right there.
So let's get into that. This conversation covers screenshots green 1 through 18. Emily claims that she and Amber were on the phone. Emily had worked a 70-hour work week and she just had the FaceTime there, but she was tired. She didn't have much to say. So they were just sitting on FaceTime and Emily was giving short answers. And then she had Amber on her ass constantly wanting to talk to her. So she claims that she was giving short answers because she was frankly just sick of Amber's shit. Let's have a flick through these screenshots now. So it's June the 10th. It's 4:52 p.m. Emily's got back from work and she's just hung up on Amber because she's sick of Amber shouting at her and being rude to her. She claims because she wasn't saying much, she wasn't being very communicative on FaceTime. The FaceTime call, which Amber is still insisting that they are constantly on. Emily says, not dealing with your rude ass today. Amber says, I wasn't rude at all. You weren't talking to me, so I was trying to make conversation. Emily says, rude AF actually. You weren't saying shit or trying to have a conversation either, then blame it on me. Fuck that. Amber says, I asked you like 10 questions, but you kept answering with one word and having an attitude. Finally, you asked how I slept. You'd rather scroll on your phone, so have fun with that. Have a good day, bye. Emily puts no open-ended questions, and the way you were asking them, you had an attitude in your voice. You've been miserable to be around, and you're taking it out on me. You always do this, and it always leads to a huge fight. Then you're good to be around for like 3 days, and it slowly comes back to this. I'm over it. And this is fascinating, because this is exactly what Amber claims Emily would do. But here is Emily claiming that Amber does it, as in being nice for a little while and then going back to how they were before. If this is the case, it would not be the first instance of Amber claiming that somebody else is doing the thing that she herself is doing. Amber says, I've been miserable to be around. You literally just told me last night that my Zoloft is working. You can never make your mind up about your opinions on me. You think so much in black and white, Emily. Crazy. All I was doing was laying here tired, trying to have a conversation with you, but you were being rude. I didn't do shit and I'm not going to argue with you. You always get grumpy and I have to deal with it, but I'm not dealing with it. I'm done arguing and done responding. Emily puts, on top of all the other bullshit and backlash I get for being with you, then you're shitty to me on top of that. Yeah, not going to happen. Now, these messages don't sound like Emily being that rude to Amber. What it sounds like to me is somebody who is sick of this person's shit. That's how that reads to me. And I understand being short being snappy with somebody who constantly wants you on FaceTime. Like, can you imagine you get home from work and this person just wants you on FaceTime? Oh, that would be too much. It sounds like Emily is really sick of it and she's pushing back here. Amber says, I wasn't shitty at all. All you ever do is sit on your phone. It's like I don't even exist. Amber says, I wasn't grumpy until you started yelling at me for watching TikTok. Fuck you and your gaslighting, bro. So that's the clearest we see into what happened before. This is what Emily said to me, that Amber was mad at her for being on TikTok while they were on FaceTime. But here you can see Emily saying it to Amber as well. Amber says, I was asking how you slept, what you did today, and it was just like I was bothering you or something. Ha ha ha, I didn't yell at you, bye. I don't know. I don't know if she actually yelled for sure. Emily says she did. I don't know. Then Emily says, how are you not embarrassed that you treat people this way? Amber doesn't respond to that. Interesting. She says, bye, Emily. Says the person that ruins every relationship they're in by being selfish. Amber says, asking you questions to try and spark a conversation is selfish. Emily says, no, they're yelling at me for being on TikTok because I was just waking up. Don't gaslight. Now, I don't know who is for sure gaslighting who, but what I do know is in the other messages I've seen, Amber is the one with the arm marks. Amber is the one who gaslights Emily. So it's difficult for me to not look at these messages and think, somebody's gaslighting somebody. Who's it going to be? Probably the person who was gaslighting last time. Maybe not. I don't know. But again, Emily's very clear. Amber tries to twist it and says, what, asking you questions to spark a conversation is selfish? That's not what Emily's saying. And Emily doubles down. No, yelling at me for being on TikTok because I was just waking up. Don't gaslight. And Amber says, that's all you ever do. I'm not happy. We never connect anymore. She's ignoring the point. Emily's trying to say, stop fucking shouting at me and starting on me. And Amber goes, I'm not happy. We never connect. What about the fact that you shouted at this person? And Emily shows an interesting insight into her mindset at the time. She says, I'm literally so over being treated like this and you saying stupid shit like you're innocent when you literally started the fight. Amber doesn't respond to that. She just says, we sit on FaceTime for hours and don't say a single word. There's more proof of the FaceTime stuff. And all I can say is, fuck that. Sitting on FaceTime with someone when you don't have anything to say sounds so weird and boring. And Emily says, okay, then find someone who does make you happy. Sorry, I have a job and a life and you sleep all damn day. Amber says, I wanted to buy that couple cards game so we can connect, but nope, you won't even do that with me. You having a job and my sleeping schedule has nothing to do with how we spend our time on FaceTime. Except that it kind of does, because if Emily's really tired and she's just worked a full shift and she's shattered and doesn't want to sit on FaceTime and try and pull up a conversation with you, you should respect that. People need their own time. But Amber doesn't know how to respect other people's privacy and time and space. She thinks that somebody wanting alone time is an insult to her. She thinks she is owed her partner's time. Insert the clip here of her saying she was controlling with Beck's time.
I'm not perfect. Beck wasn't perfect. Like, I was super controlling of their time, of like their energy. I always wanted them near me, like always. Like, it was crazy. I'm able to admit that, and I'm sorry for that, and that's wrong.
And how long ago was that? And here she is doing it again. Do we think she's learned her lesson? I think the fuck not. Amber's just playing the victim. You give your energy to everyone but me. We don't do dates. You won't even spend a penny on me. Nothing. Now this is where it takes a big turn. Amber says, you won't even spend a penny on me, okay? This is after the Billie Eilish trip. So just keep that in mind. Amber says, doesn't even feel like we're in a relationship anymore. We don't even converse. Bearing in mind, yeah, these are two adults. This is June of 2025. They haven't seen each other in over 3 months. I think the last time they saw each other was in January. That's like 4 or 5 months that they haven't actually even been in the same room. So Amber saying, I feel like we're not in a relationship. I mean, you are, but I don't know, how much of a relationship is it when all you do is fucking sit in silence on FaceTime and don't converse with each other, and the person only does it because you get angry with them if they don't call you. Emily says, because I'm in debt and broke, because you gave me $10 so I could order pancakes one time, means I need to spend money on you. If that's the case, I'll keep a running tab. So far, you're hundreds behind for the Billy tickets. Fuck you. Now, I do think it's a little bit weird here to throw a gift back in somebody's face, but I will say that it sounds like Emily's kind of justified in that. The previous messages, Amber said, you never spend a penny on me. And Emily's saying, well, I have some financial trouble, and I actually did spend a lot of money on you when we went to see Billie Eilish. Remember that? Imagine spending hundreds of dollars on somebody. And not only that, but doing all kinds of other things like driving them across the country because they can't get home because they can't fly. And then that ungrateful piece of shit says, you never do anything for me. I think that's crazy. I understand Emily saying, fuck you here. I do. Amber says, when did you say no? You broke up with me when I sent you.
Yeah, she did admit that she knows she does this. Honestly,
card game. I'm not sure what to say about that really. And Amber goes, $10. I can send you a screenshot of what I've sent you. You're so unappreciative. And Emily drags the message from previous, so the one where Amber says it doesn't even feel like we're in a relationship anymore. We don't converse. Emily drags that message and says, I literally worked 70 hours this week and now you're treating me like shit because of it. And Amber says, you spend money all the time. Stop gaslighting me. Emily says, if your ass didn't have a fucked up sleeping schedule, there would be less of a problem. And then Amber says, I'm treating you like this because you hung up on me yet again all because I was trying to have a conversation with you. Now that, I think, is some grade A fucking gaslighting. Because if you actually look at that message as a whole, Amber admits that she's treating Emily badly. She says, I'm treating you like this because of what you did. But the thing that Emily did was hang up on Amber. If you don't want to talk to somebody, you're allowed to hang up on them. It's a little bit rude. You could ask to end the conversation. That's more polite. Although I imagine she probably said bye. I don't know if she just randomly hung up on her. But it's clear that Amber is like a middle schooler and she thinks that being hung up on or being called a name is the worst thing anybody could ever do to her, apart from kicking her, of course, which she lies about easily. And then Amber says, because I was just trying to have a conversation with you. But Emily makes it very clear the problem isn't that she was trying to have a conversation with her. The problem was that she shouted at her down the phone. And Amber's very offended, of course, and she says, this has nothing to do with my sleep schedule. And Emily says, that's not gaslighting. And yes, I spend money to live. Emily never said she doesn't spend money. She just said she doesn't have money for bullshit. And then Emily says, you spend hundreds of dollars on Lego and bingo and stupid, ugly, crappy dolls, and you're going to lecture me on buying scratcher tickets. Heaven forbid I do something for myself for once. Fuck you. It's kind of nice to see her like speak to somebody who doesn't just bow down and let her do whatever the fuck she wants. And people are saying they're as bad as each other and the abuse was both ways. This doesn't read like that. This reads like somebody is pushing back to Amber and won't let her carry out her bullshit, and Amber is then crying abuse. But I don't think that's what this is. And then Amber says, difference is I spend money on you. And then she
see how she's doing the spending the money
now,
thing.
This is super interesting. If you look at these screenshots of the Venmo, if you zoom in, you can see that on Mother's Day, Amber sent Emily $100. So look at these Venmos. They're very, very interesting. There's a few things to pick up on here. So the first thing is Amber is saying, look how much money I've spent on you. If you add it up, it's $160 or something. However, if you look closely, 100 of that was sent for Mother's Day. And if you look again, you can see Emily sent that money back. So 100 goes out and Emily sends 100 back. Emily claims, and this is what she told me, that she sent Amber that money back because she knew that Amber was going to hold it over her head. And she says the reason she knew this was because on Mother's Day, Amber sent Emily this $100. And then Amber got angry with Emily because Emily didn't send her any money back, claiming that it was Mother's Day for Amber as well because she was a pet parent. And therefore, Emily should have given Amber money too. And when Amber said this,
what sense does that make?
Was like, if you give me a gift, give it freely or don't give it at all. So she sent her the $100 back, which you can see in the screenshots. So these Venmos, which look like $160, are actually only $65 because 100 of it was a gift, which Amber was a dick about and Emily gave back. And if that is not a metaphor for what it's like to deal with Amberlynn Reid, I don't know what is. Amber says that was just in May. Emily says your sleeping schedule can be changed. You choose to sleep those hours. My job, however, cannot. Sorry, my job is more important than being on FaceTime. Sounds fair to me. Amber says, I asked you to send me a Lego that you won't do, and you said you don't have the money for it. Bullshit. I'm not going to wake up to just sit here while you're at work. Now, that message is also extremely telling. Amber says, I'm not going to wake up just to sit here while you're at work. Now, Amber's at home, okay? She's not in Wisconsin. She's at home where her pets are, where her mum is, where she lives her normal life. This message reads to me like she thinks Emily is the only thing in her life. If Emily is at work, there is no point Amber waking up. You don't only wake up to talk to your partner. You should have a full life. You should take your dogs out. You should eat and cook and work or whatever. The fact that Amber would say this sentence shows the unhealthy way her mind works. She thinks her partner is her entire life. It's only worth waking up if Emily is going to talk to her. Very interesting. Amber says this has nothing to do with my sleeping schedule. Emily says, are you kidding right now? Don't ever send me a single cent ever again. Now that's her response to Amber sending the money, because she says this was just in May, and she sends her screenshots of the Venmo, which is crazy. I think that that is her throwing money in Emily's face, and it wasn't even that much money, and 100 of it got sent back anyway. This is just crazy. Amber says, I'm showing that you're a liar and unappreciative. Emily says, a liar? Are you fucking kidding me? Go to hell. I don't think that Amber has shown Emily's a liar. Technically, yes, because Emily says that Amber only gave her $10 for the pancakes and it was actually $35. So I suppose if that makes Emily a liar, then okay. And then Emily says, and this is why this is relevant, because this is the message that Amber cherry-picked to read out on her live. Emily says, do not talk to me ever again, you evil cunt. So that is the context of why Emily said that. That's the conversation that got to this point. It was Amber being a dick about being on FaceTime and then being a dick about money and throwing money in Emily's face, etc. That's why Emily says that. Now, you shouldn't call your partner an evil cunt. I wouldn't ever call my partner an evil cunt, but I can see why Emily may have been pushed to be this angry with Amber. The way she behaves is insufferable. Amber says, you said I sent you $10. I'm proving I didn't. Emily says, I'm going to reaction channels then. Now that's a little bit of a threat. That is a threat. And that was in June. So not that far after this, she did go to Mr. Snowflake. And that is a threat. So it's true that Emily did threaten Amber. At some point, Amber threatened Emily with ruining her entire life. But they're both threatening each other. We can't hide from that. It's true. Amber says, okay. Emily says, you're calling me a liar. You are beyond a shitty person. The fakest bitch I've ever met. Amber says, you just lied. Emily says, no, I didn't. Technically, Emily did lie in a sense, because she said that it was $10 for the pancakes. Amber proved that it was $35. She's clearly lowballed what she said because she wants to make her point, which is that you've sent me basically no money. Why are you being a dick about it? Amber says, I called you a liar after you said fuck you over and over. Then you call me an evil kind of fake bitch. Like, are you joking me? Emily hasn't said fuck you over and over. She said it once, and that's because Amber threw her finances back in her face. Emily says, you are. Amber says, you'll never change. Emily says, literally and genuinely the fakest person I know. Amber says, what makes me fake? Emily says, everything you do has selfish motives behind it. Now that message is very interesting, as I keep saying, about lots of things, because that message shows that Venmo where Amber sent Emily that money, and then Emily sent it back because Amber was a dick about the fact that Emily didn't give her any money on Mother's Day for being a pet parent. We all know how that turns out. Is it possible that Amber gave that money to Emily in order to get money back, which would be a selfish motive? And we've seen clips of Amber admitting that she uses money to control people, or she has done in the past.
I'm the type of person where you guys have even seen it. You guys have seen it. You guys have called me out on my shit. I buy love. And I have gotten so much better with that, especially because like the last like 6 years of my life, 7 years of my life, 8 years actually, what am I saying? Like the last like 8 years of my life, like I have bought people with money. I have bought love. I have bought friendships. I have bought laughter. I have bought time with people because of money. That's how it's always been.
So that makes it very interesting when Amber says, just because I'm a giving person doesn't make me selfish. What the fuck? Emily says, no wonder nobody, including your family, doesn't want to be around you. You are not a giving person. Amber says, yes, I am. Emily says, okay. Now that's not a nice thing to say to somebody. Telling someone, oh, your family doesn't want to be around you is not very nice. The reason Emily is saying that is because she is being subject to this shitty treatment. Emily says, lol, you're proving me right, actually, that anytime you give me any money, you throw it back in my face months later. Now that is also very interesting, because that is exactly what was said by Beck and Destiny. They both claimed that Amber absolutely throws money back in people's faces. There is proof that Amber uses
doing
gifts,
right now
birthday gifts,
on
money
the local
to control
bus.
people, to manipulate people, and
she's literally doing that exact thing right now on local bus, where she's like, I gave you money, blah blah blah. So they're there to get money. Like that's what they're doing, is gaining, super chats and all that. It isn't about you. Like oh, Amberlynn, so stupid.
To throw money back in their face. So how interesting. She goes, I've grown, I've changed, I'm so different. June was what, 3 months ago? And here she is doing it again. Amber says, because you're miserable, I only showed you that because you said I sent $10, which is true. Emily did say that Amber only sent $10, but she still seems like she is throwing the money in Emily's face. Sending somebody screenshots of the Venmo that you sent them is a bit weird, and saying it's not like she said, Emily, the $10 thing wasn't accurate. Here is proof of the $35. She said, all this money I've sent you was just in May. So she's making a point of, I send you money and you don't send me money. So she is throwing it in Emily's face, I think. Amber says, we talk for hours and hours on the nights you work. Well, we're on FaceTime for hours, not saying anything. So more proof of the FaceTime. This is the one I've already shown you, I think. And Emily says, because you insist on being on FaceTime when I need to get things done or take time for myself. Amber claims that she never insists on being on FaceTime. I think that's probably not true. And then you've seen this one already, but Emily says, we have nothing to talk about. You don't do anything. And then she digs her out and says, I have responsibilities and pets I actually take care of. So yeah, that is the whole conversation and all of the context, according to Emily, and with lots of proof as to why Emily called Amber an evil cunt. So Amber wouldn't give the context. That's the context for you. The sense I get here is that Emily was absolutely sick of Amber's shit, and Amber wants us all to think that she is the innocent victim who did nothing wrong. But we can see, when we look at the whole context of these conversations, that Amber is awful. And you look at Emily calling Amber a cunt, it's kind of the only thing she's done in the whole conversation. And I have to ask myself, this whole Amber and Emily were toxic for each other and were just as bad as each other, I don't know if that's true, because I don't see a lot of that. And when I ask Emily and I say to her, what about this? What about that? Can you send me proof of this? She's got no trouble doing it. She sends it. So that tells you a lot, I think. But like I keep saying as well, these accusations from Amber are just of words. And it's just accusations of Emily using words against Amber, which Amber doesn't like. But when you dig a little bit deeper and look into the context, it seems like it's Amber who was being a jerk the whole time. Weird that, because that's exactly what she did with every other ex-partner. And this is not the only case where this can be seen. We also have another example. So the next thing we're going to look at here is this portion of Amber's live where Amber is reading from the journal, and she reads this section, which was allegedly written on December the 9th at 7:40 p.m.
Oh God, December 9th. This is very surface level, but I would never have remembered this if it wasn't for this journal entry. So December 9th, I'm back home.
Oh yeah.
7:40 p.m. Everything was fine. She texted me this morning and called me, flirted with me, was nice. Things were fine. But then she took a 3-hour nap, woke up to Jordy finding an old video of her, and she then attacked me like crazy. broke up with me, everything was awful, telling me to fuck off, telling me the most awful things I've ever heard out of nowhere.
So you heard in that clip Amber claim that Emily went for her completely out of nowhere and that this Geordie situation was nothing to do with Amber and totally not her fault. So let's get into those screenshots now. So it's December 9th and it's the beginning of the day, 6:51 a.m. And Amber has texted Emily to tell her there's something wrong with Wasabi and he's puking everywhere. Emily says, oh no, is he okay? No reply from Amber. She probably called Emily, I would imagine. Emily says, hey baby, did you sleep? Am I allowed to watch you without you here? So it sounds like she's being nice. I know people might say that sounds like, am I allowed to watch it? But that's like kind of normal, I think, anyway, in a relationship. If you're watching a show on Netflix together, you wouldn't watch it without the other person. It's like Netflix cheating.
Right.
But then
Yeah.
Amber puts this long message. I won't read the whole thing, but she just says that her bed is broken, basically, and that she's woken up in pain, super swollen, and that Wasabi's not doing very well. She's moaning about that. And then Emily says, how many times has he puked? How can a mattress bake, baby? I think you're just not used to your bed. Why are you swollen again? We can watch you if you want. I just ordered Arby's. Also, you see that message prior where Amber says to Emily that she thought they were going to watch you together on FaceTime. So there's more evidence of the FaceTime stuff, but that's, whatever. Then Amber says 2 times from what I saw, but maybe more. That's the number of times Wasabi's been sick. I meant the bed frame thing might have broke because the mattress is like in it. It's hard to explain. I'm swollen because I've been eating a load of sodium and I've also been up walking more than what I did at your house. How did you sleep? So this is the day, by the way, this is really important
Yeah.
to say. This is the 9th of December.
We're getting
This is
to the
day
rarity
after
thing is what
Emily
I'm
took
trying to
Amber
get
home.
to,
So
you know
Emily
what I'm
drove the
saying?
whole way home. Then she flew back, got home on the 8th, and this is the morning of the following
Right, that's
day.
what she
Emily's
thinks,
really
yeah.
tired. She's just
I know.
done this huge favor
Exactly.
for Amber. So you can understand Emily might be feeling a bit sensitive, possibly. She's just done loads of traveling. And that's obviously why Amber's also talking about the bed, which is interesting because this might have been her first night sleeping in that bed again. And that's why she mentions, I'm walking more here than I did at your house. And then Emily says, I didn't even know you had a bed frame. Interesting. Mattress on floor confirmed? Question mark. Amber says it might be a box spring. I don't know what she's talking about. Anyway, Emily says she slept okay, not great. Amber says, this is interesting, okay? Not that you need me to tell you that it's interesting. Amber says, I had a nightmare that you were hiding in the oven, texting other girls. What the fuck, LMAO? Emily says, how have you been walking more? The oven? What the fuck, babe? Lol. Now, it's my theory that Amber didn't have this dream, and she said this because she wanted to start a conversation with Emily about the potential of Emily cheating. I think that Amber wanted Emily to be like, I would never do that, and stroke her ego or something. And then Amber says, because I have to do things around my apartment, take Twinkie out, go get Ubers, go smoking confirmed again in June, interesting, go get packages, etc. Now it's funny to me because when she was at Emily's house, didn't she have to let the dogs out? Emily claims that she never fucking did. So weird to me that all of a sudden she takes Twinkie out, but whatever. And then Emily says, maybe you have subconscious thoughts about wanting to put me in an oven, lol. And Amber replies, no, I'm worried about cheating and stuff. The oven is wild though, lol. And Emily says, you need to trust me. Now I think that this is where this conversation takes a turn. So Amber claims in her video, the live that I showed, that she did absolutely nothing wrong and Emily just randomly turned on her, okay? But this is what actually happened. So Amber is making a comment that she's concerned about Emily cheating on her. And Emily says, in a way that I think is fair, you need to trust me. It's not fair. I'm always being accused of the worst when I'm not doing anything. Amber says, when's your food going to be there? Emily says, now. Amber says, you can watch the show without me. I don't feel like getting up and turning on my TV. I don't even think I'm signed into Netflix. So we know that Emily's food is about to come. Emily says, okay, ... Then Amber says, I'm calling. Why aren't you answering? And Emily says, I was getting my food. Now this here doesn't look like a lot, okay? Those little messages, I'm calling. Why aren't you answering? I was getting my food. Could be nothing, seems like nothing. But when you take into account the fact that Emily has done everything for Amber that she's done that day, or that, those few days, taken her home, flown back, paid for the whole thing, more on that later. And yes, that was me edging you on the financial stuff. But it's like more proof that despite Emily doing all of this for Amber, Amber just feels that she is entitled to every second of Emily's time. And you'll see more of that in a little bit in this thread. There's a lot of things in this thread that I said that would come through, and this is where they come through. The fact that Amber says, why aren't you answering? It's just weird to me. You aren't owed an answer, If someone is busy or doing something, I don't know, it's just weird to me. And Emily says, I was getting my food, which is fucking fine, right? You don't have to answer the phone the second the person calls. Then you see a message, I love you so much, I hate seeing you not feel good, please get some rest. And then Amber says, just was checking in because I saw you read my message, wasn't sure if you were awake or not, let me know how you're feeling when you wake up. Emily says, I'm half awake, but I don't think I'm getting up. Now, I don't know the dynamic. Seeing somebody read your message and wondering if they haven't replied, that might be normal for some people's relationships. I don't know. I personally could not stand this level of managing my time. I'm fiercely independent and I would be like, fucking leave me alone. I'll call you when I want to speak to you. But that's just me. And then you see Amber say, are you going to sleep more? Emily says, yes. Amber says, okay, baby, I love you. Emily says, love you too. And then Amber says, you seem apathetic towards me. Emily says, apathetic? Apathetic does a lot of work for the community by cutting down those bloody live streams. And I really think that this is, again, where it turns. So Amber's already had a little dig at Emily saying she's worried about her cheating. Now she's having another dig. Emily's sending relatively short messages and having a sleep. Why is Amber suddenly claiming that she's being apathetic to her? She's shattered. She's travelled to Oklahoma and back for you. It's just weird. Amber
Right.
shows her insecurity. Yes, like showing no feeling or interest in what I'm saying. I'm sorry if I'm bothering you. Emily says, I've been sleeping. I don't feel good. If someone's asleep, they can't text you back. That's not apathetic. They're just shattered. And then Emily says, and this is very telling, I've been feeling like you're fishing for another reason to be mad at me. Now that is interesting, and I agree. It seems like in these messages, Amber is almost pushing at Emily, saying, oh, I'm worried you're going to cheat on me. You seem apathetic. Emily's just tired. Amber is so deeply insecure, she cannot allow for anything other than constant stroking of her ego, constantly telling her that everything's fine. And Emily says here that she's not been feeling good. And then suddenly Amber says, me either. I'm not feeling good. I wanted you to know. And then Amber says, I don't want to be mad at you. I just don't feel good at all. I feel like something is wrong inside of me. And then she tries to make out that it's something physical that's wrong with her. That's weird to me. How you feel, if you feel ill or not ill, doesn't have any bearing on how you speak to your partner. Amber says, with one of my organs or intestines. Emily says, you're fine, give it time. If it doesn't get better, then go get it checked out. And she says, yeah, I'll do that. I just wanted to talk a little bit before I went to bingo. Emily says, I'm just waking up now. Amber says, oh, okay, have a good nap. And then this is where it really does turn. So Emily says, why didn't you tell me Geordie dug up an old YouTube video of me? And Amber says, wait, what? Emily says, you said you were watching him last night. Another mention of Geordie there. More proof that Amber was watching Geordie in June of this year. Amber says, I didn't watch the full stream. Is it on there? I had no idea about it. I'm going to go watch it now. Now that's really important. Amber is saying here she's going to go and watch this stream from Geordie, okay? Emily says, don't. You say, why do you, maybe she means, why do you always watch bad things about me? Yet you fucking watch them. You live for this. So Emily here is angry with Amber because Amber was watching Geordie, and what was happening in that Geordie stream was something that Emily was uncomfortable with. I think it sounds like it was an old video of Emily's that somehow ended up in Geordie's stream. And Amber says, oh, I'm going to go and watch it. And by the way, I was watching Geordie last night. And Emily is mad. She's saying, why are you going to watch the reaction channels when you tell me not to watch them, right? So I think that's fair. She's annoyed with Amber for this double standard, that Amber watches Geordie, but she tells Emily not to watch reaction channels. And we know she got mad at Emily for watching Snowflake back when they had the big fight. And this is, oh, I said it was June. It wasn't June. It was December. My bad. Amber says, I want to see an old video of you, not because of him, but I won't watch it. And then she says, I live for what? Emily says, just like you said in the car, you don't know why they don't hate me more, considering they think I'm an actual serial killer. Watch whatever the fuck you want to. I'm not going to control your life the way you do to me. So that is where I think we really start to get into conflict. So Amber would have us all think from that diary entry that nothing happened, nothing went wrong, it wasn't anything Amber did. Emily randomly got angry with her for no reason. But I think it's very clear here that what she's angry about is the fact that Amber wants to watch Geordie. But also she says, watch whatever the fuck you want to. I'm not going to control your every move like you do mine. And it sounds like that is what she's annoyed about. She's pissed off that Amber is trying to control everything she does. So although
that's what Amber does in every relationship. She's very controlling. She's very manipulative, very vindictive as well.
It's kind of being started by Emily. She's the one who has a problem. It's clear why. She feels her life is being controlled. And we've seen a lot of proof in this video and other videos that is what Amber was like. She wouldn't smoke. She wouldn't leave her alone. She was so controlling. She was calling her friends and blocking them on Emily's phone. That is toxic behavior.
Now,
right? So you can't really blame Emily.
I'm just watching Rachel because she's got the receipts from Emily. I don't like her or approve of anything that she's done, just so you know.
Saying something like this, do whatever you want to do. I'm not going to try and control your life. So I don't think it's really out of nowhere, to be honest. And this is what Amber does. She ignores everything that she's ever done because nothing happened right now. Everything that ever happened is not relevant. And that's what Amber tries to do here as well. And she does the classic Amber thing. What is happening right now? You're being so rude to me for no reason, yet again, right before I see my mum. Emily says, I'm just over it, bro. But Amber's like, what is happening? You're being so rude to me. It's not rude for Emily to point out that Amber's been trying to control her life and she's sick of it. What that reads to me like is Amber can't fucking stand not having full control over her partner's life. Amber says, all I wanted to do was talk to you. You are mad at me because Geordie found an old video of you. What the fuck? Now, this is where the gaslighting starts and this is where the bullshit starts, okay? Emily isn't really angry with Amber because Geordie found an old video of her. Emily is mad at Amber, from what I can tell, because Amber was watching reaction channels when she tells Emily not to, and because she's been trying to control her life for the past however many months. And you'll see more of that in a few screenshots. Amber, of course, as always, flies off the handle. What the fuck in capital letters? Please answer the FaceTime. Why are you mad at me? I didn't do anything to you. And the fact that you're reading the Reddits and whatever when you told me that you wouldn't, instead of calling me because I wanted to talk to you before bingo, just goes to show you don't care about me or miss me at all. Now, Emily is trying to say to Amber, something you've done has pissed me off. You've watched a reaction channel when you tell me not to, plus you try and control my life. And Amber goes, oh, the fact that you've read Reddit's when you told me you wouldn't and did that instead of calling me because I wanted to talk to you goes to show you don't care about me? No, this is just gaslighting from Amber, in my opinion. Amber says, I'm not going to let you ruin the time I get to spend with my mum. Emily says, I read a message about it. I wasn't reading the Reddits. Believe whatever you want. And again, Amber does this. She always does this. Let me see the message. She always wants to see the proof. Amber says, you said you wanted this relationship to work because you love me, and yet you're mad at me again for something I didn't even do. What Emily's actually mad at her for is trying to control her life and constantly being on her ass, which she does definitely do. But Amber is purposefully misunderstanding. She's staying confused on purpose so that she doesn't have to admit to what Emily is actually annoyed at her for, which is trying to control all of her time and tell her what she can and can't watch, and then be a hypocrite by watching that very same content herself. Emily says, I'm not showing you shit. This level of stalking is getting fucking creepy. No, I'm mad at you for the shit that you did do. Amber says, you want me to trust you, but yet you won't prove yourself to me. What did I do? Now that's interesting. You want me to trust you, yet you won't prove yourself to me. Emily doesn't need to prove anything. She's mad at Amber for watching Geordie and for controlling her life. There's no need for her to prove anything there. I suppose it's maybe Amber trying to say Emily needs to prove that she didn't find out about this on Reddit. But Emily can go on Reddit if she wants. Your partner should not be controlling your life to the point where they don't let you go on Reddit. If that's happening, that is a big red flag. Emily says, don't play innocent. You and I both know that that's not fucking true. Amber says, what are you talking about? You're treating me awful, Emily. Now, this is another example, right? You're treating me awful, Emily. Amber loves this. She's constantly saying Emily's treating her awfully. Emily replies, go talk more shit in your DMs. I mean, the fact that either of these two adults do this stuff is fucking mental to me. I would not stand this for 1 second. But this is where it starts to get very, very interesting. Amber is pissed. She says, what, in capital letters. Emily, quite iconically, and I think this might make the thumbnail, says, bye, Felicia. Just... Oh, and then Amber says, what the fuck is happening? Answer, or YouTube knows everything. I'm not joking. Okay, that is another threat. What the fuck is happening? Answer, or YouTube knows everything. I asked Emily, what is she on about when she's constantly threatening YouTube knows everything? What is she actually talking about? And Emily says that it's nothing. She doesn't even know. Amber just makes random baseless threats at telling YouTube everything. But Emily says, go for it. And Amber says, answer the FaceTime. What DMs are you talking about? I don't reply to anyone. So all Emily has said is go talk more shit in your DMs. And that message has flicked Amber into full rage mode, capital letters, threatening, shouting. Well, she's not really shouting, but you know if she was there doing this. And it's just so unhinged. She is obsessed with making Emily answer the phone when she doesn't want to speak to her. Emily says, you just gave me more proof that you're blackmailing me. Joke's on you. You don't have anything on me except your delusional BPD thoughts that Amber doesn't have anything on her. And then Amber does the classic, the gaslighting. What is happening, Emily? You know what's happening. You've been talking shit in your DMs. And someone's told you and you don't fucking like it, which is true. And then Amber says, I'm done replying to you. I'm going to let on. When Amber is the one who is threatening her and texting be all day. Emily says, no, the way you treated me this entire fucking time wasn't love. You have never loved me. You're obsessed with me. There's a difference. Amber says, so this was the plan. This shows more insecurity. The plan to break up with me once I was in Oklahoma after we had sex yesterday and you were so in love. I do love you. That is such a horrible thing to say to me. I don't know though. I think it might be true. I don't know if Amber knows what love is. I really don't think she does. But she seems to try and characterize it. I would never have let you seen my whole body if I didn't love you. I would have never traveled to Wisconsin if I didn't love you. I wouldn't have written down all of your symptoms if I didn't love you. The list can go on and on. Emily says, you would never have treated me the way you did if you loved me. Threatening to break Colleen's picture, that's lower than physically abusing me. So the threatening to break Colleen's picture happened on the night of the 17th of November. So this was a long time before. It's like 2 or 3 weeks before. So clearly whatever's pissing Emily off here is a culmination. She's saying you would never have treated me the way you did if you loved me. She's not talking about today. She's not talking about watching Geordie. She's talking about the whole thing. And Amber clearly doesn't love Emily. She's lied on YouTube about so many things, made so many comments about Emily and said all sorts of stuff that is not true at all, to the point where Emily has to come out with fucking 29 screenshots to prove that Amber's lying. That is not love, let me tell you. Also, on the breaking of Colleen's picture, that is something that is, I agree, completely over the line, and Amber doesn't deny it. She addresses it in one of her live streams. She sort of admits that it happened.
Then she grabbed a picture of me and Colleen and held it up and threatened to break it. She knew that is something that would hurt me more than anything she could do physically to me, like the lowest she could go. She let her apologize and then tried. Sorry, I'm getting text messages left and right. She let her apologize and then tried begging for me back, saying that it was her BPD. At first, she denied that she did any of those things, which that sucked too. I've never denied a single thing that I've actually done. I have denied the things I have not done that you have lied about. I deny what the false shit is. And I tell the truth on what the real shit is. Now that's reality.
Amber says, I can say the same to you, but we talked about this and rekindled, I thought. Was this the plan the whole time? I told you that you would go home and realize you didn't love me. I was right. And this is interesting. And this is where Amber starts going on about them rekindling. She says, I thought we fixed it. I thought it was in the past. And she's angry with Emily for bringing up her past behavior, which she thinks that she's been forgiven for. I can kind of understand the sentiment. If you've discussed something with your partner and you think it's done and dusted and sorted and then they bring it back up again, that might be a little bit annoying. But clearly your partner's not really over it. Clearly they didn't get closure. They didn't get understanding. I bet Amber never took accountability for what she did. So I sort of understand. I mean, I got this message actually from someone. I won't tell you who it was, but they said this with relation to Emily's mindset at this time, right? This person says, imagine this person squatted in your house, made your life hell, abused you physically, ruined your home, which is true, and the flooring, stunk, and then you had to pretend everything was fine so she would let you drive her 14 hours back to her apartment. Then, when you get home, she's immediately back on your case, accusing you of texting other girls in her dreams. That is what Emily is dealing with here, okay? You can understand why Emily wouldn't be over it. We know Amber never takes accountability. I understand Emily being like, you know what, actually, I'm not fucking over the shit you've done to me. Just because they rekindled and had a cuddle doesn't mean Emily should be over it. Emily says, because I was looking at other girls and that was what you considered was cheating on you. Amber says, I told you time and time again how that would make me feel and you still did it. You betrayed me. Why are you doing this to us? This shows, again, like I mentioned earlier, Amber thinks looking at other people is cheating. If looking at other people is cheating, then you can't go on Instagram without cheating in Amber's fucked up mind. But anyway, if that's an agreement they have in their relationship that they're going to try to never look at photos of other people, then cool. You have your own agreements within your relationship, but it sounds to me like Amber has been very controlling with this. And Emily mentions a Colleen's picture and threatened to break it, and she clearly hasn't let that go. Emily says, I told you time and time again, Colleen was the one thing that was off limits, even in fights, and you not only brought her up, but threatened to break her picture. And Amber, who's been told directly, this is what you did to hurt me, instead of responding to that and apologizing, because sometimes you do something wrong, the person is hurt, you apologize, and then they come back to you and say, actually, eat it.
Exactly.
Because you know what you did hurt that person. Instead of being mature and say, guys, but listen, I really was sorry and I am sorry again. No chance. Amber goes, all caps, why are you doing this, Emily?